Okay, here we are again. Can't wait till we get into the Final Fantasies with the second verse reprise here, because then all of a sudden we get to this part and we go bum 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 bum. Oh, the reprise is really good. I'm not even gonna keep going. Not gonna do it justice, but you get the point. Maybe I'll whistle it one of these times in the background while I'm listening and stretching out. But that's not till Final Fantasy IV, unfortunately. And then let's see, which games have the reprise? 4, 5, 6. I don't think 7 does. Maybe, no, it does. 7 has the reprise. 8, maybe. 9, probably. And 10, yeah, 10 is maybe as well because, I mean, I gotta imagine 8 does because 4 through 7 did, so I don't know why 8 would stop and then 9 would start it again, but 10 had different composers work on it, so that might be why they finally stopped, but I don't know. I have no waking idea. All I know is how to, actually, I was going to say how to blow up a Dreadnought, but at the moment I don't even know how to do that. I need to figure out how to, I mean, I guess you just stick the fire in the fire and make more fire. I don't know. That's what I'm going with. Hopefully that works. Hopefully we don't just turn it into a super Dreadnought by giving it more fuel. I don't know. Hey, Sephico, how you doing? Welcome back. Good afternoon, yes. Good evening for me, good afternoon for you. We are just about ready to get started. I'm going to take a drink in a minute and then we'll be going. Dang, can't even cause mass destruction, and here you were looking for tips. Oh, if you want mass destruction, you'll have to wait for the Persona 3 streams, which I don't know if those are ever going to happen. Like, I already have Persona 4 to play, and that's going to take 50 streams by itself, so oof, I don't know if I can handle another 50 stream project after that one. Persona 5 was already long as hell, and Persona 4 is going to be just as long. Good lord, man. Yeah, I don't know. I've said it's hit or miss for me with Persona 3 personally in the past because it's just, I don't know. There's a few things about it where I'm like, I don't know if I like this compared to Persona 4 or Persona 5, you know? So that's the thing for me, is like if games feel derivative of other games that I've already played, even if they're within the same series, sometimes it gets me off a little bit. Final Fantasy, thankfully, doesn't seem to do that to me, but certain other series like Persona, they do. So. At least you're not at a loss of projects. Yeah, that's true. I've got... When I'm done with this set, I think I still have 60 games I have left to play. At least 60, if not a little bit more. Like those games when you're around the character's age. Now you're twice their age. And as we speak, we are all aging into dust. My body is a temple. Ancient and crumbling, probably cursed and haunted. But that's okay. At least the spirits keep me entertained. I can't say the same for the people aboard the Dreadnought. They'll only entertain me enough for experience points. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy II, the stream edition. Last time, we got Gordon in our party. We watched Joseph die because he had to save us from an Indiana Jones-style boulder trap that Borgin very comically placed in the snow cavern. It wasn't very comic when Joseph got crushed to death, but I don't know how the hell he hid that thing there. Anyway, yeah, so Joseph died, Gordon took his spot, and now we have the Sunfire. We are ready to blow up the Dreadnought. We are here because the Dreadnought is right in front of us, and I think if I remember correctly, I can make 2 trips through this place. There's like 2 objectives. We've got to rescue the Princess and Cid, and then we have to blow the engine. So I might be able to make a couple of trips through here. I usually do that with some dungeons in this game where I make multiple trips through them rather than trying to do it all at once because then you run out of resources, so... we shall see. Yeah, last time he died! He did. It's unfortunate. His daughter is now without a father. I mean, I guess at least she has a mother figure, but not so good for her. But we'll have to make sure his death wasn't in vain. Let's invade the Dreadnought. To the Imperial March theme. No, not that one. And then we will move forward. One of the things, I don't think I talked about this when we were back in Altair and stuff like that. I don't know how well you can see it on the screen there, but there's actually steam. It's like a filter effect over some parts of the screen right now because there's steam from the warship. It's actually coming from the engine. And I don't know, it just, the little filter effects on the PSP always get me too. I know it's just like a layer that they just turned on and that was it, but like the clouds that roll over the towns and all that sort of stuff, it just adds another layer of depth to the graphics that I think make the graphics withstand the test of time. I feel like they've aged pretty well, even though, you know, they're not the best at the moment, but I don't know. They don't look bad, even for nowadays. Now, this guy is a guard. There's a bunch of other guards, but if you talk to any of the other guards, it's the same as the guards in Finn. They'll just attack you on the spot. This guy can also attack you on the spot because the pass that we got in Bofsk is actually optional. You don't have to show this to him. If I remember correctly, if you don't show this to him and you tell him the Wild Rose password, he'll just attack you and you'll have to fight a captain. And then if you beat him, he'll get out of your way because he'll be dead. But I think if I remember correctly, if you leave the Dreadnought and then come back, there's another guard posted, and then you have to keep beating them over and over again. Whereas if you use the pass, you don't have to do that. You can just give them the pass, and then, thank you, sir. No harm done. Okay, sounds like a plan. Enjoy your break. Easy. Too easy. See, this is what happens when they don't have wanted posters in the Empire. These people just don't know who I am just yet, and now we end up with me just making it onto the ship that they definitely don't want me on, so that's just great. Anyway, there's undead aboard the ship, so you know what that means. It's time for fire spam. Is the ghast an upgraded one? I forget. I think it goes zombie ghoul ghast, or zombie ghast ghoul. I get these guys confused all the time, but, oh well, doesn't matter. Just beat them up. Shadow is like the level 1 version of that type of monster. That skeleton with hair. He's got like a Bushido thing going on his head or something like that. I don't know. It's some look, I'll tell you that much. See this pass? It says you get to live, guard. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we're going to see enough teleport spam over the course of the playthrough anyway, so I don't really feel like it's necessary to just drag that man into the abyss. For all I know, that's where he came from, so... They've been working on these guys to gold them? Overtime, yeah, apparently, yeah. Just work on them to death, and then keep working on them, because why not? Who got magic defense? Was that Maria? No, Furion got magic defense, because he was at 2 before, if I remember right. So, I wonder if I should work on them getting evasion. I feel like Maria having the evasion is all that really matters, though, because if Furion and Guy are going to be in the back row for most boss fights anyway, it's like, I don't know if it's too necessary for them to work on it, you know, but whatever. Anyway, first stop down here, because down here is a jail cell. Not the jail cell we're looking for. They trapped a treasure chest inside this jail cell. That's just great. What good is that gonna do ya? Alright, these guys aren't immune to Scourge, so I'm just gonna whack them upside the head with a poisonous cloud. Probably not a good idea to put a poisonous cloud inside of a ship that apparently the steam is rising out of, because that means that the air in here probably is being refiltered, and that means I'm refiltering poison through this place, but, you know, in a little while that won't matter too much. So, nice agility boost, Guy, I'll take that. So, well, the cell's empty, but there's a treasure chest being held hostage in there. How can we find out how to get it? All we gotta do is go through this secret passage. The cell was empty, huh? That doesn't look empty to me. Let's just cast Shell, why not? And then... So this is 5 now. This is almost 6. We've almost got Blizzaga, so that's pretty nice. I'll just cast Thunder because we won't have much of a chance to do it in a little while. If the mine lives long enough, yeah. I didn't think so. And what's in the chest? A Sleep Blade. It's kind of like the Ancient Sword, except instead of cursing, it puts enemies to sleep. I think it's a little more accurate than the Ancient Sword, but it's a temporary status ailment as a result of it, so your mileage may vary. I usually don't use it for very long, because if you're gonna use a sword, we're gonna get a better one pretty soon, so. That being said, it's trapped, so let's see what we've got. Okay, hello. Wow, the Sergeant is here, also Fire 5, and a bunch of soldiers. We can handle a Sergeant at this point, though. So, Guy, who do you want? You want the Sergeant or you want the Magician? I feel like you should probably take out the Magician, because the Sergeant I can just get rid of with instant death. Yeah, just Blizzard that guy, and then bonk the soldiers to death, and then we'll be good to go. I'll see you in the next life, Mr. Sergeant. Actually, I'd probably just send him back to hell. It says puts him to another dimension. I don't know if that dimension is hell or the afterlife or what. They don't really specify. So, I'm gonna have Furion cast Shell, actually. The soldier's just kind of gonna hang out. I'm trying to, like, bait Furion getting another MP increase so that he can be up with Guy and Maria, so... I mean, plus if you keep using the bow attack on me, that keeps getting Maria a chance to, like, boost her HP, so I'll take that. Gordon got magic defense, that's not bad. Didn't get another Berserk Tome, but, you know, there was only one magician, so the likelihood of that happening was low. Alright, so, next way through the Dreadnought, we want to go top left. All these doors are fake, so don't bother. But there's 600 gil in a chest in top left, so that's pretty good. Next we want to go top right. Ah, the first Werebeast enemies that we're going to find in the game, the Werepanthers. Well, we could have found some in the world map if I remember right, but these are the ones you're supposed to fight first, so. Yeah, puts you to sleep before putting you to eternal sleep. Sergeant, you're getting a transfer. We're sending you somewhere else, sir. Really, where? I'll take anywhere over this musty place. I don't think you're going to like the answer. We can Blizzard. I don't know if Maria can handle that by herself, but there's the Mithril Axe. Yeah. So, Guy, why don't you help her out? We'll teleport this guy to the next dimension. Hopefully he doesn't become a Coeurl over there, because that would be bad. But Gordon, yeah, he can handle that one by himself. Oh, the Werebuster's so nice. That's what happens when you get 20 extra attack power factored into the damage formula. All of a sudden, their defense means nothing. I didn't even have to use Berserk there. Uh-oh, I'm being ambushed, though. I think these ones can paralyze you, so be careful, Gordon. Oh, good, Blind 4, I love that. Our magic defense might help us with this, though. Yeah, it helped a little. I don't know what their accuracy is with that. I'd have to look at what their stats are, but it's okay. Doesn't matter. Of course, our melee fighters are the ones that got blinded, absolutely. Why wouldn't they? Naturally. I'll just blanket cast fire. You guys do what you can, but I'll just blanket cast and it should be okay. Excuse me. I mean, you guys did pretty good for all it's worth. I didn't even need to blanket cast fire, because this is going to go off without a hitch. Goodbye. Sometimes I think that I should have gotten Gordon Isuna just to cure blind and poison in the early game, but it's okay. I'll take the intelligence boost, though. That's nice. We've got plenty of eye drops, so I'm not really super concerned, you know. That's why I buy so many, because it's like, yeah, well, if I'm not going to have Isuna, I'm going to need quite a few just in case. But, you know. Alright, so the door to the top right here is not trapped. It leads down to the princess. So we're going to go that way. I might be able to do this whole dungeon in one go, honestly. Like, we're not doing too bad on our resources at the moment, so... you know what? Let me cure everybody, actually, because we're looking a little iffy on our stuff here. Guy, why don't you just defend? I feel like Maria and Gordon can handle this one. Better Isuna than E later, nice. Yeah, something like that. I'm not too worried about it now, though, because by the time we get out of the Dreadnought, Gordon won't need Isuna anymore. So. Boy, that's ominous. I shouldn't have said it like that, because that makes it sound like he's gonna die. Ambushed again. Won't be seeing that for too much longer. I have a plan, and the plan of action will help us with all the ambushing. Alright, so in this game, blind doesn't affect the accuracy of spells, so I'm not really super concerned about that. I'll just do this and probably be fine. That's why I had Gordon attack, just in case Maria flubbed because she can't see, which is fair. I mean, she doesn't have the highest strength at the moment, so it's kind of tough when you can't see. All spells have homing for some reason. Yeah, and I'm glad for it. It means that then I don't have to see my target in order to actually kill it. I should cure that. Hang on. There we go. Alright, 16 more. We'll see if we make it. Oh, I see Sid. And I see the princess. Okay, well, they're somewhere in here, so let's just wind through the hallways until we get to where we're supposed to go. The undead enemies have a tendency to be the ones that ambush you, at least in the early parts of the game, but like I said, that won't be a concern for too much longer. Well, at the very least, we're going to get something that's going to massively help us with the potential for being ambushed. In this very room, on this very floor. After I blow up some more undead. Alright, yeah, Furion, I'm still fishing for your MP increase, so why don't you just, like, cast life again and hope for the best. I mean, it's only 8 out of 60 MP, but hey, you never know. Might get it, might not. Got a spirit boost out of it, I'll take that. That's not bad. Regular old potion, that's not bad either. What's your spirit looking like anyway now, Furion? 36 by yourself. You and Maria are doing great on that stuff. Guy just needs some spells that are non-damaging so he can practice. Although he's got Blizzaga now, so that's not bad either. He'll have Firaga probably by the time we're done here. So that's not bad at all. We're doing pretty good, I think. I think I'm going to Ether for Furion in the next battle just because I've been fishing and coming up empty. There are no secret passages to get into the princess's cell, but thankfully her door is unlocked. I don't know if that's the smartest thing for them to do, but I mean, I'm not going to be the one to look a gift horse in the mouth here. Blech. You know, honestly, do I need to cure blind on Furion and Guy? Like, I should cure it on Gordon because he needs to hit things, but like, do I need to cure it on Furion and Guy? I can just let them run around with sunglasses through this whole place. Hell, it might help depending on how bad the smog is. Oh boy. Alright, so probably one gas left. I probably shouldn't have had Gordon attacking those ones, because they're the ones that can cast blind. The skeletons in the front there will eventually get spells themselves, but they don't have them in this iteration. So, I would say that might be okay, but not quite. Alright, let me see if I can get the ether off before I go to town here. I'm just going to let you do that, and then maybe throw one of the eye drops at Gordon. If Maria doesn't murder this ghast first. That's fine. We can have Furion or somebody throw the ether next time. So 13 left. I'm gonna screw myself because I'm gonna run into too many undead here, but that's okay. We'll be fine. Here's a dark bow. It can inflict the darkness status on your enemies, but it has the same accuracy as the ancient sword. That meaning 0% accuracy bonus. So like, it doesn't really aim very well, and since it's a bow, it not aiming very well is kind of a problem, because bows have a tendency to miss anyway because they don't have the best accuracy to begin with, so yeah, not really great. Okay, these are just regular shadows, so I can probably just like blast the ghoul and the ghast in the back row and then maybe toss an ether with Gordon. Get fire and life moving so that they're in good shape. Almost to Firaga, like I said. I'm not really worried about teleport either, because life actually has less accuracy as an instant death spell than teleport does, so it's kind of ridiculous if you ask me, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm not going to get an MP increase from this fight because I ethered, so let's just finish these two off with melee, and then we'll go from there. I can get a spirit boost, though. That's nice. I also got to get Gordon. I think he's almost ready for Blizzara. I think he's at like level 2 in a small amount, so I got to find an enemy for him to use that on. I guess this might work. I can have him use it on the were-rat, maybe. And then that'll do pretty good because everybody else can handle the ghasts. I don't actually know if he'll kill with this blizzard, but it's fine. Out of all these enemies, the were-rat is the one that I'm least worried about, you know. Okay, and he killed it anyway, good. I'll take it. Volcanic eruption below your feet. Yeah, I would say that would hurt me pretty bad too. Alright, so we got Blizzara. Good. For Gordon, anyway. Got Blizzaga for Guy. And in this chest, we get the best gloves in the entire game, the Thief's Gloves. Thankfully, they're not a one and done, they're buyable. Why are they so good? They're lightweight, they give you 15 defense, and also, on top of that, it says they enhance agility. So let's look at Furion's agility right now. It's 18 agility. If we equip the Thief's Gloves, we get 25 defense, but on top of that, now we have 28 agility. So it gives you 10 extra agility to add to your collection so that way you can get preemptive strikes more often, get ambushed less often, because agility factors into your chance of being ambushed and your chance of getting a preemptive strike. So having the Thief's Gloves equipped on as many characters as possible to enhance agility will be very helpful. Maria's doing pretty great on her agility to begin with, but we'll probably give her some as well once we get access to them. We can't buy them just yet, but soon enough. So, oh, and I'm giving them to Firion because my theory is still that the determination of being ambushed or getting a preemptive strike is based on Firion's agility stat in this version of the game, because that's how it was in the NES version. I don't have any hard proof of that, but if his agility starts increasing and we start getting more preemptive strikes, well, then so much the better, you know. Hey, Conker, it's going good. How's it going for you there? We are just about ready to complete our first objective on the Dreadnought, because the Princess and Cid are in this cell that's being guarded by one Ghast. That's just great. I feel like you guys should have put a little bit more effort into this, Empire, because something tells me this isn't enough to protect the most important prisoner you have. Anyway, just smash the door down. Maria, use an axe. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I noticed. Why did you want to meet us at Kashuan Keep when it's a den of monsters? I mean, it's fine. I just, you know, feel like that was too much to ask. Anyway. Cid. Yeah, you guys get to the airship so that way you can take off. And, okay, we'll just toss it in and it'll blow the thing sky high. Got it. Sounds like a plan. We'll meet you. Hopefully we can find the docking area while this place is blowing up. You gotta wait for them to walk off screen over to the left before you can walk, so. And like I said, unfortunately no secret passages into their cell, so we can't just walk out the right side there or something where the potion was. So. Feeling a little under the weather? About to have a lazy lunch. Okay, well the under the weather part sucks. Hopefully that gets better for you, but lazy lunch is never a bad thing. It's always a good thing to just be able to sit back and relax, especially when you're feeling under the weather, you know, so. Feel better soon, and I'll be here just hanging out playing this, so hopefully it'll give you something nice and easy to just hang out and watch. As I destroy these rats with rat poison. Cloudy rat poison. Again, I don't think it's a good idea for me to be putting poison clouds in here. I have to breathe that shit in for the rest of the dungeon, but you know, maybe we're inoculated against it. I mean, guy's got it in his spell book. He's getting agility from it, so either the poison is doing some wonders for his circulatory system, or we have some form of viable antidote for it. I don't know. Alright, let's see. Yeah, just life one of them. Again, we're single targeting these spells just so that way we get most bang for our buck out of them. You could just multi-target with life at this point and probably be okay, but, like, the accuracy is iffy, because you're spreading 5 uses of the spell out across 4 enemies, so the highest amount of spells hitting any individual enemy there is 2, and the rest are getting hit by 1. If it rolls that way. Sometimes it can roll to where an enemy just doesn't get any of the levels of the spell. It's really bizarre the way that multi-targeting works in this game, but it's one of the reasons why I don't really rely on it too much, because it's not terribly useful in most cases. There's an ice cream truck outside. I don't know if anyone can hear that over the game, but there is in fact an ice cream truck outside. Melee units can defend. I'll just have, yeah, keep going with the rat poison, and then I'll just have guys cascade. I can't believe ice cream trucks are still a thing, man. Like, I would have thought that most of the... I know food trucks are a bigger thing now than they used to be, for sure, but, like, I would have thought that most of the ice cream places around here would have put all ice cream trucks out of business, but I don't know. I'm not a connoisseur of food truck food, so I can't really tell you one way or the other. I'm gonna go through the rest of this place, because I usually, at this point, now that I've rescued them, I try to go outside. I don't know if you can once Cid and the princess are out, but I feel like you can go outside at this point. we've got enough MP and we've got enough ethers, so I'm just gonna go, you know, like, why not? Let's do one of those. I'll toss an ether guy's way next turn, probably. Yeah, why can't I tap a button on my tablet and make an ice cream? Lame. I mean, you could probably do that and, like, 3D print some ice cream, but I can't guarantee it would be any good, and that would require you to, you know, have a 3D printer in your house, which not many people have, so... You can make your own ice cream, that's not a terribly bad thing either, but, you know, it just depends. Let's have Maria throw the ether. And, you know, honestly, I kind of feel like not throwing the ether, actually, because then I could probably have Guy have a chance to gain some MP, so maybe we'll just have you toss an eye drops at yourself. We'll cast fire again, and we'll go like that. So. Like, we didn't learn how to make our own ice cream in the food prep class that I took this past semester, but we did learn to make a strawberry cobbler, and Cole ended up making it. We actually used baking soda instead of baking powder, which you're supposed to use baking powder because it has the acid already added into it. There's the MP increase I was looking for. That's good. Also, the eye drops missed, so that's great, but whatever, it's fine. It's one of the reasons why I don't use status healing items in battle most of the time, because they have a chance to miss, which is like, okay, sure. Thanks, that's real reliable of you. It might also be because I had Maria use it and her accuracy with it might have been affected. Well, no, I don't think it would be, because spells don't have their accuracy affected by blindness, but I don't know, man. It's bizarre. That's all I know. So, at least I know these guys can't blind me. That's the fair point here. Yeah, just get shelled, level 5. You can take care of the balloon. And then... I'll use fire. Why not? We'll toss an ether next battle. I'll just have Guy defend. I probably could have tossed it here and just had him not cast fire this turn, but... I already did it, so might as well, yeah. Okay, there's another strength boost for Maria. What's she got on strength now? 17, good. She only needs to get 2 more points of strength over the course of the whole game naturally, and she'll be able to achieve 99% accuracy with the final axe in the game, so that's pretty great. I'll take it. Alright, so now further down in the Dreadnought, we can see the innards of the ship to our left a little bit. They're just working like dogs down there in heavy armor with all this stuff. Uh-oh, being ambushed. That's okay. Excuse me. I'm not super concerned about these particular... These are the first Coeurl type enemies in this game, and I'm not too concerned about them. Their cousins, on the other hand, later in the game, I'm a little more concerned about. So, alright, you toss an ether because everybody else is doing something. You can take care of that one by yourself, so you do that. Or just about, anyway, depending on how many hits you get. Yep, there you go. Because these Werepanthers can't use Blaster on you, which is the big problem. The later types of Coeurls in the game, yeah, they can use Blaster on you. It hurts! Matter of fact, it doesn't hurt, it kills, so... You know, maybe don't have... Oh, you know, I don't have to fish for MP anymore on Furion, so let's just let him stand pat while Maria takes care of this guy. Use the rat poison on... Which one did she attack? This one? I think this one. I was gonna say, use the rat poison on the Coeurl. Be fair, most poisons would probably be very fatal to enemies like that anyway, because if it's good for rats, it's probably good for killing rats. It's probably good for killing them, too. I know that they say not to leave rat poison anywhere near your domestic pets, because if they ingest that, it's not good for them either, so... Probably not good for these Werepanthers. Yeah, let's do that. We'll have you two double up on these guys. Yeah, because Scourge, I don't really... Hang on, what did I... Okay, you hit that one, you hit that one. Scourge the back row one, and then that one. Okay. Now we're good. And that takes care of that. Teleport's probably getting pretty close to level 6 at this point. Not that we need it to... Oh, really? Wow. I was going to say, not that we need it too badly, but then we whiffed with it. That's surprising. Okay, well, I'll take it, I guess. Gives me an excuse to keep leveling it, so why not? Have an Ether Therian. Yeah, see, Ethers seem to heal a lot more MP in battle than they do out of battle. So unlike other items, potions and Ethers, probably more worth it to use in battle rather than out of battle, so. More Spirit, I'll take that. It's from double casting Teleport. Alright, thankfully this door is real, because if it was fake, I wouldn't know where the hell to go at this point, but we got this. And yeah, keep practicing life so that we have that working. Rat poison. And whack them upside the head with big blunt sticks. I could be looking to train stats in here, but I might as well do that while I'm out on the world map where I can, like, just heal on demand by using the cottage, you know? So, I'm not going to train, I'm just going to sit in here and get my gains when I get them, incidentally, you know. Alright, almost there. This floor actually contains an important item that we're looking for, so let's go take a look, see if we can find it. Lots of captains hanging around here, though, so just be a little careful of them. Don't have a chat. They're not really friendly, even though you have the pass. So you'd think you could just flash that to all of them. They'd be like, oh, you're supposed to be here. Well, maybe you're not supposed to be on these levels, actually, so maybe they wouldn't be so friendly about that. So... actually, Guy, why don't you hit one of the ones in the back? There we go. Because the melee units can only hit the ones in the front. Now that I think about it, there's a couple of important items on this floor. Furion's, well, not his best knife in the game, but probably the one that he'll get the most use out of in the game is on this floor. Got another cool shield on this floor, so a little bit of everything. Don't need anything else. I could have used a high potion actually there, so. And now I'll get a chance to because we didn't kill. Actually, let me just see if I can use Cure. Don't you defend. I'll just get the Cure off and then we'll go from there. I'm risking a blind, but you know. Yep, there it is. Knew it was going to happen. I willed it into existence. Let's see how many people get blinded. Okay, that's fine. And then just whack them upside the head and toss a high potion your way since we topped everybody else off. There we go. Got it. And that'll top you off. So now we just use one eye drops when we get out of the fight and then we're good. 1,400 gil from that fight though, and Gordon got evasion and agility. Not even bad. Alright, we're halfway through our eye drop stock. We should be fine, but we're still halfway through, so. It might become a problem. I don't think so. We've only got like one more floor, but you know. Probably supposed to be somewhere around top deck, and not here. Yeah, definitely not here. Up here is the way forward, but their treasure room is over here. For some reason, they have a bunch of treasure just stuck in this direction. For like, I don't know why, but there you go. Here's a trident. It's an upgrade over the mithril spear you might have been using at this point. Gonna skip this chest for now. Am I? I wonder which one's the monster in a box. I know it's not the far right one. It's got the giant's helm in it. I wouldn't equip this one. It gives you 10 extra strength if you do, but it's really, really heavy. So, like, I can even show you. Maria's got, what, like 399% evasion without it. With it on, she's got 28 attack, but yeah, it reduces her evasion down. I mean, it only reduces it to 94%, so I guess it's not terrible, but it's also too heavy. So I'm going to stick with my guns and say, nah, no heavy armor. Just none whatsoever. Well, there's a trap right in front of this chest for me. I don't know if there's a trap in the chest, but there's one right here. More blind. Looting and polluting is not the way, Ghasts. You obviously haven't been listening to Captain Planet. I don't know, just whack him upside the head and hope for the best, I guess. There we go. Yeah, it's not quite gonna cut it, but that's okay. Again, I probably should have gone with the Ghast with life, because if I had casted this against the Ghast, I would be lessening my chance of getting blinded again. Oh well. Yeah, blind is most effective when you have a character like Maria who's using a weapon that she's not particularly accurate with just because of the fact that she has low strength. So, like, if she was using, say, a staff or something like that, oh, we're awful. It wouldn't really be a big deal, but it's a big deal in this case because she's only got 62% accuracy at the moment. Even with 8 hits, if you're blinded, that cuts that in half. So it's like, okay, I might get 30, what's it, 62? Yeah, so 8 hits, but 31% accuracy. So that's not too great. All right, I'm just going to play Luck of the Draw. Which one's the monster in a box? Is it the Ice Shield? It is. But be careful of this monster in a box because... how the hell did they fit a Hillgigus in that tiny-ass box? Like, what has the Emperor been feeding you, 1, and 2, how did you get in there? Yeah, there's a Hillgigus in that box. You might remember them from Final Fantasy I. They were significantly smaller in Final Fantasy I than they are here. Okay, well, we've got our work cut out for us. I'm going to cast Blink on Gordon because he probably needs it between the two of them more. Get rid of the Magician right away so he can't cause us problems. But yeah, melee attacks, not really doing a whole lot of damage here. So yeah, he got in there with magic. The Magician probably had something to do with it, to be fair. So, oh good, I guessed correctly. Alright, now give Maria Blink, and then we should be safe for the rest of the fight. If you have the Ancient Sword, you can cast Curse on this guy, and that would probably help here, but I don't have the Ancient Sword, and I don't have Sword proficiency, so we're just gonna hope for the best by just getting Blink up and then just running a train with our spells. I probably can cast Teleport on him and just send him somewhere else, so it's probably fine. But at this point, I've done a good chunk of damage to him, so I don't know if that's necessary. I'll cast Shell as well, just to fish for another MP increase. As a matter of fact, let me just use Berserk. We want to get that to level 5 anyway, so we might as well, because Guy's only got 1 spell left in his rotation, and then he's done with all his level 5 spells, so... boost up! Yeah, if he fits, he sits. Apparently, in this particular case, he does. Or, even if he doesn't sit, he squats. I mean, look at those fucking thighs, man. Like, good lord. I can't believe it. Again, and the thing about the Hillgigus is that normally you can have up to 8 enemies in a battle, but I think you can only have a total of 3 Hillgiguses in any given fight. Like, you only see 1 in this fight, but... like, in any given fight later where they're regular enemies, not Monster in a Box enemies, I'm pretty sure you can only ever see 3. Okay, that's not bad. And that takes care of him, so. Berserk, Fire, Intelligence, Magic, and a Scourge Tome from the Magician. That's not terrible. That'll sell for a pretty penny, I think. Reading that volume of Berserk fills you with guts! I'm getting my guts boost. Now all I need to do is get Maria a perception boost or 2, and then she'll be ready for that event in... I'm trying to remember from Persona 5 when you need guts and perception for something that I'm drawing a blank. One of those, I don't know. Anyway, this chest is not trapped and has the Mengosh in it. My left arm, in my right hand! But yeah, it's one of the best knives in the game, because not only is it a knife that is twice as powerful as the Mithril knife, it also raises your evasion stat. So Furion has 69% evasion right now. If he puts the Mengosh on, normally knives give you 1% evasion for every level of knife proficiency that you have. So Furion has 6 levels of knife proficiency, so he'll get 6% evasion. The Mengosh gives you 5% evasion for every level of knife proficiency you have. So equipping this gives him 30% additional evasion proficiency. So now he's almost at 99% evasion, and that will also help his agility. You see how we're sort of snowballing these things over time to make it a little easier for everybody? Because that was the plan, so that's what we're doing. Let's see. I think you're fine with the Mithril Shield, actually. I'm going to give you the Ice Shield that we got, so... I'll give you Fire Resistance, which, by the way, is it Fire Resistance or Ice Resistance? I think it's Ice Resistance, if I remember correctly, is pretty hard to come by in this game. There's a spell that you can cast later that gives you resistances based on its level, but Ice Resistance is, the last one that you get from that. You need the spell to be like level 8 to give you Ice Resistance. It's kind of ridiculous, so... yeah, it is Ice Resistance, because Fire is level 3, I think. So if you find something that's actually resistant to ice, hold on to that. Make sure you give that to your main party members rather than your guests, because it's pretty good. So, I'm just going to teleport a guy. Why the hell not? And then, well, you've already got Firaga now, so we've got Scourgera and Thundara to work on, so we'll work on those. Yes, it is in fact a parrying dagger. Exactly. Mengosh directly means left hand. Yeah. Yep. So we're using it in the wrong hand, and to be fair, it makes for a good offhand weapon as well. So like if you wanted to do a shieldless character, you could have them equip a sword in their right hand, and then the men gauche in their left hand, and then you could basically just have them use both of those, and they'd be good for the rest of the game, because eventually swords also get a boost to evasion later on in the game. There's a couple of swords that give you massive evasion boosts, like something ridiculous, like 16% for every level of sword proficiency, so that and the men gauche, a very effective combo. So if you want to try something different, there you go. Hell, I might do that in my next playthrough now that I'm thinking about it. That would give me multiple different ways of tackling enemies, and then I could use a better knife later on in the game, because there's three more knives in the game, but none of them give the kind of evasion boost that the men gauche does, so it's a little better to keep it equipped, in my opinion. At least for a while, until you gain a bunch of agility, so you can fix that, you know. Once you get a large amount of agility and your evasion is super high anyway, it doesn't matter so much, but... And then you can equip the best dagger in the game, which is, ironically, not the last dagger in the game, at least not in this version. Alright, so this room is a maze, and Helldivers. Okay, well, I didn't know we were going to be dealing with them today, but there you go. A cast shell. We should be able to handle these ones pretty easily. Scourge the both of them, and then just bonk them. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think Maria and Gordon can quite get the kill with just their physical attacks, so we'll just get the Scourge going, and that should help a little bit. These Helldivers are the precursors to cockatrices. They can't turn you to stone, but just keep in mind that sprite for later, because eventually cockatrices will show up, and they can turn you to stone. But yeah, see, there's the agility boost for Furion. We should start seeing that more often now because of how high his evasion is. We should, and with the Thief's Gloves equipped, we should start seeing more and more agility boosts for him no matter what he does in battle. Even if he doesn't dodge enemy attacks, just him participating should get us enough. So the goal here is to get into the center of the room, which is, you can kind of see in the bottom right there's a little alcove. So we want to get there, but in order to get there, you're going to have to touch the four corners of the room, basically. So we got to go around this guy down here, and then keep going from there. So I will show you where to go. Yeah, we'll just do a Scourge on a single target. Again, I don't think Maria and Gordon can quite KO these guys with their physicals, but that's okay. We can help them out next turn. So that might do it. Yeah, there we go. I'm not even worried about Maria not being able to KO with her physicals at this point. The Mithril Axe is outdated. Like, we don't have an upgrade for it just yet, but the Mithril Axe is just outdated at this point. It needs an upgrade badly. Unfortunately, axes have a bit of a problem in this game in that the next upgrade to it is only ever so slightly stronger than the Mithril Axe. It's like the Mithril Axe gives 22 attack power, I think, and the next axe upgrade gives 27, which is not very much. I have a plan to fix that, though, and it doesn't involve me casting Berserk in every fight, so don't worry about that part. I'll be able to handle that. But I do have a plan to handle that. I'll show you in a little bit. Okay, well, we got a couple more people blinded, so that's fun. Let me just take the gas out as close to right away as I possibly can, like that. And then, yeah, I was going to say, those are the gas, right? Yep, because the guys in front are wraiths, so... Gonna need to ether up, I think, before the end of the dungeon. I don't think we'll quite make it to the end without using an ether, unfortunately. We'll use the eye drops after we're done with the fight, but yeah, we can worry about that soon enough. Guy is almost hitting for 1,000 damage on those fires now. I mean, that was Firaga. I didn't mention anything, but yeah, that was Firaga, so that should help pretty good for him. As a matter of fact, I'm going to fish for MP boost for the both of them while I'm here, just for the hell of it. I don't think it's going to happen, but hey, like I said before, you never know. I might win the lottery today. In the game. I didn't play the lottery in real life, so... I'm a bigger fan of the level 10 fire spell animation, but I don't know if we'll ever get to that point, so... Oh, I got a magic boost. And a magic defense boost on Guy. So that's nice. See, you can get magic defense from status spells as well as regular spells, so... It's kind of interesting. It's not something I usually see in games like this, but there you go. Okay, so... But yeah, see, like, Furion got some magic defense somewhere along the way. He was at 39%, now he's at 40. Guy's at 4 potential chances to... for the enemies to miss with the magic defense. So that's kind of nice. It should protect him further, you know, pretty good going forward. So... Now all we gotta do is get some Thief's Gloves for Maria and Guy and Gordon, and then we'll be in great shape. So we can't touch the corner of the room over there, or over here because there's a guy blocking it, but you want to kind of go to almost all 4 corners before you're done with this, and then we should be good to go. Maria hasn't gotten her HP boost yet, so I'm not going to cure just yet. Teleport's level 6! Oh boy, we're getting crazy out here. Alright, let me toss an ether, actually. We'll toss it at Guy first, and then you can do that. And then, Guy, you can use Scourgera on that one. And then, Gordon, you attack the one in the front. And if they survive, I will go from there. Should kill one of the Were-Panthers. I don't know if this will kill this one. Yeah, not quite. That's okay. I'll have a chance to throw an Ether at Furion next turn because of it, so... And, I'll do it with Maria. She should be able to be fast enough to do it. So, and then you do that, and you do that. Alright, good. Yeah, sometimes right now it's a toss-up between Maria and Gordon as to who goes first, but that's okay. Then again, if Maria keeps getting agility, it's not going to matter much now, is it? So. Alright, so now we just got to go to this top corner. We got to go around that guy that we just saw in that hallway there, but not quite here. We got to go to the next one and then kind of loop down and around. Maria, you didn't get your HP increase yet, so... I'm kind of okay with where Blink and Shell are at the moment, but I guess I can cast another Blink just to practice. Do that, yeah, I'll do Scourgera. And then go from there. I still get a kick of out of how much damage the Werebuster does to these guys. Just seeing Gordon hit for over 300 damage is kind of ridiculous. And there's an agility boost for him as well. Nice. I'll take it. But yeah, you kind of just go, like, just go on the path of least resistance. Go in the direction of where the, the captains are not blocking the path, and you should pretty much find your way, so... The Were-Panthers, for reference, have 200 HP, so that's why Gordon he's able to easily out-damage their HP values as a result of him having that 20 extra attack. It's pretty crazy. Definitely worth having somebody who can use staves in this area, because otherwise those guys are a major pain to deal with. I mean, you could just group cast Teleport on them, I guess, but... where's the fun in that? Alright, we made it to the center of the room. It's really hot in here, and I can just tell from the lens flare on the horizon there that we are probably pretty close to the engine. We just got to make it in, and then we're good to go. Alright, Maria got her HP boost. Yeah, might as well. We'll have you two melee the Magicians down, and then you Scourge one of the Were-Panthers. No, you know what? I won't melee one of the Magicians down. I'm gonna leave one of them alive so they can cast Fire, or Blizzard, or Scourge, or something like that. Or Thunder. I think they can cast Fire, Thunder, Berserk. Oh wow, you didn't actually kill that one. Okay. Fire, Thunder, Berserk, and probably all the spells that they give you, honestly. I don't know if they can cast Warp, though. No, that's the Ogre Mage. Never mind, I was gonna say. I think they give you Warp, but I don't think they cast it, so... I think it topped everybody off, and then we got hit with a Thunder, so... As a result of that, I will just let everybody clean up. And there it is. Maria got magic defense, and there's another Berserk Tome! Hey! That's, let's see. Let me think about this. I said I need a total of 4, right? Because I need 1 for Maria, so now I only need 3 more because she's got 1. Gordon can have 1 if all else fails. He's kind of the last one that I really need that to be for, so... And then the next character we're gonna get needs 1, and then the last character we're gonna get needs 1, so... Yeah, so I've got 2 out of the 3 now. Nice, okay, I'll take it. Alright, found the engine. I would assume this is the engine because it's glowing white hot with flames on the inside, so... Let's ask the Dreadnought's engine how it feels about Sunfire. It has no opinion on Sunfire, but I'm sure in a minute that's going to change! Here you go! Nice throw, Furion. Very quick. Well, I'm going to assume those explosions are pretty good. I have blown the engine. How do you like that, Mr. Dark Knight? Maria, let's worry about that after we get out of the ship. Yeah, let's go to the docking area. Everybody run! See, this is the part where if this was like a later Final Fantasy game, they'd give you a timer on the screen and you'd have to run out of the ship area, like run to the docking bay so you could get on the ship. But in this game, no, they just run out for you. So that's nice, I guess. But we should probably run a little faster. This place is going to blow up any second. Hurry up and get out of there right now before the island blows up with you on it! It blows up?! Yeah, that, basically. Except exchange island for airship that has destroyed most of the towns on the map, half the towns on the world map. How do you like it, Dreadnought? It doesn't have any opinion on it. It's a machine. It was a tool, after all. But the Empire can use it as a tool of destruction no longer. Goodbye. Alright, Sid, take us home. And then you go back to Poft, because there's going to be a lot of rebuilding that you're going to need to do. It's unfortunate that the Emperor wasn't on board either, but at the very least we've dealt a halfway decent blow to the Empire by crippling their war machine effort by, well, destroying their war machine. So that's pretty nice. Alright, in we go. Yeah, Altair is looking just as gross as it did the last time we were here, but that's fine. We can fix that, hopefully. We'll have a little bit of time. I don't know if we'll be rebuilding just yet, because, like, the Empire's not defeated, but we'll have some time to do that later. For now, let's get a quick rest in. And then we will head back to the war room so we can figure out where we're going next. Do I buy supplies yet? No, I think we should probably get Hilda back into the war room before we do anything like that, so... Oh, what happened to the king now? Oh, boy. Everybody's gonna mostly say the same thing, so we should probably... Yeah, probably go see the king before problems begin here. My liege, what has happened? In the interim, we got your daughter back. Oh, well, he's awake. That's good, I think. Uh-oh, his last will and testament. That's not good. Use that staff in your hands, not as a means of walking, but as a means of fighting. Fair enough, I've done that already for a while, so... Now, Min will use your staff for actual magic things. You think it's that time? Ah, so the ultimatum apparently is something we might need. That should help us fight the Empire. What are your thoughts there, my liege? We gotta go to Dist. Okay, so that's the island in the northeast corner of the world map. Apparently the Dragoons live there. Or lived there, I guess, past tense. Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, the Empire's strong, but I can't imagine that they all went to waste, like, from one attack. It's probably a good idea. Probably having their aid would be the best thing we could do. It will be done, my liege. Well, there he goes. We can't get away with having a victory in this game without some sort of a cost, and in this case, the cost of destroying the Dreadnought was the King of Finn. So that's great. Yeah, there's no time for the waterworks. We've all got work to do. Sounds like a plan, Gordon. You're starting to sound like a leader. Not bad. Not as much of a crybaby as you were a little while ago, huh? So Gordon's going to leave for the war room. Minwu's going to leave for wherever the ultimatum is. We're going to leave for Dist, and Hilda, well, you'd think she'd be in the war room, but she's actually in her room. And apparently she's a little shaken by the king's death, because she's sitting in here laughing to herself. That's bizarre. I mean, grief shows itself in many different ways, but usually not in the form of uncontrollable laughter. Huh. Well, anyway, we'll worry about her later. For now, we've got a mission to go do. Yeah, sorry about that, but at least the Dreadnought's gone. Okay, so we're actually going to need to find a ship that sails on the water this time, not a snowcraft, a watercraft. So we'll see what we can do about that. Yeah, so Hilda stays out of the war room for now while she's in her room grieving from the loss of her father. So you talk to Gordon instead, and he'll give you your next mission. Really? Like, I mean, I guess at that point they didn't have the Dreadnought, so you couldn't be like, yeah, no, it's probably fine, but... Okay, so we don't know if he succeeded, but what else do you know about the Dragoons? Ah, okay. And what do you know about the Wyverns? Tell me about the Wyverns. Tell me about the Dragoons. Who's an NPC from Mass Effect that I could quote from that? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, we gotta go there, see if we can find Dragoons and Wyverns. And apparently Palum has potential to have a ship. And they did, in fact, have a ship. It took us to Poft before, but maybe we can convince them with a little bit more money to take us to Dist instead. We'll see what we can do. For now, let's go restock, and we'll go from there. Still haven't seen Paul in a while, now that I'm thinking about it. We haven't seen him since the incident at Summit Falls. I hope he's doing all right. Let's see. So we can sell these potions. I shouldn't need them. Sell one antidote. I should only need 20. We definitely are going to need a few more eye drops, though. There's still a few undead in the next area. By the way, if you have Thunder Tomes, Fire Tomes and Blizzard Tomes, you could use them as, like, a means of just throwing them to attack enemies, and they do decent damage. I double-checked this in between streams. They do about 150 damage to all enemies. I think... Is that on a weakness hit? Yeah, I think that's on a weakness hit. They do about 150 damage to all enemies, so they'd probably do like 100 on all enemies if you just throw them normally. It's the equivalent of casting the level 8 version of the spell, but it doesn't take into account your spirit or intelligence when you use it, so... It's like 100 HP from a cure spell, a cure tome thrown from your inventory, and it's like 100 damage from, excuse me, a fire blizzard or thunder tome. But you do want to keep at least one. Is it one? Hang on, let me look at my notes. How many do we want? One fire tome and one blizzard tome. That's what you want. So keep one fire tome and one blizzard tome for use in the Arcane Labyrinth later, because we're going to need them. So, and that's the thing about this is one of those things that is iffy about the Arcane Labyrinth, because if you didn't know that going in and you got to that floor and you couldn't complete it without using the stuff, you're not screwed. You can leave the floor, but you don't get the treasure that's on the floor. So yeah, definitely hold on to those. We're going to hold on to Berserk Tomes. We can get rid of these, though. We don't need those. 1,000 gil apiece for those Scourge Tomes, though, so I'll take that. And I'm going to keep the Trident for now, because I'll use it in a little while. I'm going to sell the Ancient Sword finally, though, because we won't need it. After this, we're going to find the Curse Tome, and if we need Curse at that point, we'll just have Guy cast it. So get rid of that, get rid of the Sleep Blade, 2,000 extra gil in my pocket. Definitely get rid of the Dark Bow. It's so not good. And I'll tell you, there's an even worse reason for the Dark Bow. Like, it's an even worse case for the Dark Bow coming up in a minute, so, like... God, this is such a bad bow. Just get rid of it. Even if you have bows in your party, just get rid of it. It's not great, so... Mithril Shield gone, Giant's Helm gone. It might have been worth it to keep that Mithril Shield, actually, but that's fine. It's not like I don't have any extra money to throw around at this point, you know? So, it's fine. Okay, so we're good there. Buy 14 of these. To get up to that 20, and then... Do I need crosses and mallets yet? I don't think so, but it might be worth it to buy a few of them while we've got some money anyway. Just so that we have them, you know. So, Maiden's Kisses and Gold Needles. I guess I could buy one of these. I don't think we'll need them yet. I don't think enemies can turn us to stone or toads just yet, but... Hey, you know, it's worth being prepared, I guess. Knowing is half the battle, after all. Alright, buy a few more ethers. Cottages. I think we should be good on cottages, actually, so that's fine. And then we'll sort our inventory and we'll head off to Palum. And obviously, because Gordon is leading the army now, he's out of our party. We're the vanguard, not the leaders, so they need somebody sitting in the driver's seat while Hilda's having her nervous breakdown, so... So Gordon's going to do that for them. Alright, so with that, let's head to Paolum. Actually, let me get a Mithril Shield before I head to Paolum. I think we can buy one when we're there, but since I just accidentally sold one, I might as well buy it while I'm here. From Luigi. There we go. And then we're off. Alright, so let's save while we're here before we go anywhere. Save over this one. Sorry, Joseph. I need the save slot. And with that, off we go. I can't believe Guy's already halfway to 1000 HP. Like, that's nuts to me. We haven't taken that much damage over the course of the game to where I would think he would be. But, well, there it is, so... I'm just going to run from these guys. They're not particularly challenging at this point, and they don't really give me much of anything that I care about. So, like, the boosts, I guess, are fine, but they're all rank 1, so, like, you know, that's not so great. Alright, let's check Paolum, see what we can find. Oh, okay. Actually, I don't need it to get to Poft. I'm okay. I'm looking for one to take me to Dist, so... Would you have a ship that will take us to Dist? Really? Oh, it just so happens. What a fancy coincidence. Huh. Yeah, just a bit. True, that's a good point. I don't know if that's a good idea, Farian, but... Okay, so this is Layla, and apparently she's going to... Leela, however you want to say it. She's going to take us to Dist. I've got a bad feeling about this. So does Maria, but... Well, we'll just see what happens. I mean, like, really, honestly. We destroyed the Dreadnought just now. Like, what's the worst that could possibly happen? But yeah, so this is the ship to Poft. If you pay for this one, you'll have to pay for it again because they'll take you to Poft if you accidentally walk onto it. But this one is the one that's going to Dist. So let's just see where she's going to take us. Okay, so if she's going to take us to Dist, she's going to have to get out of this inlet that we're in. This big sea in the middle of the map. So we're going to have to go down and all the way around and go all the way past the snow plains in order to get there by going over here. So generally just keep that in mind because that's where we're going. So here we go. Yeah, Farian's not thinking with the right head here. Yeah, he's thinking with the other head, unfortunately. And something tells me that's not going to work out for him. Because they're pirates. Of course they're pirates! Why wouldn't they be pirates? I mean, she even talks like one, so... Yeah, okay. Why don't you come and take it? Listen, I can use the blunt side of my weapons if need be, but you guys don't stand a chance. Alright, so there's a preemptive strike, first of all, so that's telling you just where we're at in terms of our damage output at this point. But I don't think these pirates have a particularly large amount of HP, so I'm just gonna cast Blink and then go to town. Again, blunt strikes only, everybody. We don't want to kill them, we just want to send them for a loop, so shock to their system, you know? Oh, maybe they have a little more HP than I thought. I might have to cast Teleport. Teleport them out of the battle. Okay, so that gets rid of once. They've probably got a lot, like 90 HP or something like that. I'm just gonna group cast Teleport and see what happens. I don't know, it seems like it'd probably be silly, but I don't want to poison them either, so... Do I have anything else that I can throw at them? I guess I could throw the Fire or Blizzard Tome if I really wanted to, but... Well, you know, it won't matter too much. I can get another one in like 2 seconds by going back to Altair, so I'll just do that. Let's see how many we teleport out of the battle! 4 of them! Very nice. I'll take it. Here you go! Have a firebomb, friends. Well, that didn't do too bad. Got a little of their loot instead of our loot in that particular case. Yeah, see, they don't die. They just back off. So we weren't hurting them much, but... Well, what do you mean do what we're gonna do and be done with it? Like, what do you think we're gonna do? We are righteous soldiers there, Miss Pirate. Well, we talked it over, and yeah, we want you to join the army. We could use a ship. Sure, why not? All right, well, that was easy. Staples button. And Leela joins our party for the 4th slot. So there you go. We get a pirate captain as our 4th party member. Not bad. I'll probably say Leela and Layla interchangeably over the course of the playthrough, so sorry if that annoys anybody, but it's just one of those things. But yeah, we're pretty close to Altair, so I can just go back and grab a fire tome from there. And then, like I said, we want to go around this inlet in order to get to Dist. That being said, on top of going back to Altair to get that fire tome, I have a couple of other stops I'd like to make. So, anyway, here's Layla. She comes in with... See, I think the reason why I'm going to get it confused is that, and say it interchangeably, is because that could be Layla, but, like, if I see the, like, if I hear the name Layla, I'm thinking Layla, whereas that one, maybe I'll just say Leela, because that's kind of what that looks like to me. I don't know. Lila? I think when I see Lila, when I think Lila, I'm like Lyla. I don't know. So you could say it any number of different ways, but I'll probably just say it a bunch of different ways, so sorry if it pisses anybody off. She comes with a really good piece of headgear, though, the best one for mages in the game, the gold hairpin, and I'm going to take it off of her and give it to Firion instead, because he'll look positively radiant with it in his hair instead. Now, there's a reason why I'm equipping her with the trident. I'm going to give her spears as a weapon, but I'm equipping her with the mithril shield in the right hand and the trident in the left hand. I didn't talk about this just yet, but if you go to the status menu, underneath HP and MP, you'll see the primary hand that each character uses for weapons. If you use a weapon in the wrong hand, they get a drop in their attack power. It doesn't do anything for their accuracy, but their attack power goes down. So Firion, Maria, and Guy are right-handed, whereas Layla is left-handed. So you want to give her whatever weapon she's going to use in her left hand. And I'm going to have her use spears, because, I don't know, we haven't used spears yet, so why not? She's got good agility to start with, got good strength. Spears have pretty decent accuracy. She's got a thunder spell, which will help out on the high seas, because there are enemies out there on the high seas, so there you go. Alright. Speaking of which, here's some enemies right now, some buccaneers ambushing us. They're the only enemies on the high seas that are not... No, actually, I think Helldivers are available on the high seas as well, and they are also not weak to electricity. So there is an enemy out here that's weak to electricity, though, so we'll have to worry about that in a little bit. But for now, we'll just worry about the buccaneers. And Layla's not going to be particularly useful in battle for a little while yet, because her spear level is nothing at all, so we're going to have to worry about that, but that's fine. She'll catch up pretty quick. And if I remember correctly, the trident is actually effective against aquatic enemies. These buccaneers don't count as aquatic, but it will help her fight them off, so that's kind of nice. We'll do thunder again, and then just whack them inside the head, and go from there. Yeah, that's not a whole lot of damage, but we'll make it work. She'll get a spear level out of this battle just by itself, because those guys are rank 3, I think. Guy got some MP, that's not bad. Maybe they're rank 2, because she didn't get a level out of that. Pretty close, I guess, though. But yeah, she'll catch up, that's the point. You know, while I'm thinking about it, why don't I give her... I didn't even equip the gold hairpin to Firion. Let me do that first, so... Another thing to keep in mind about the gold hairpin, why is it so good? Well, it also raises agility, so Firion's got 29 agility by himself right now. Give him the gold hairpin, he's got 36 defense, first of all. And second of all, he has 39 agility now, so I could basically stick him in the front row now with Maria, and it doesn't even matter, like, he'll be fine. So I'm probably just gonna do that. We can leave Guy... I might put Guy in the front row as well, but he doesn't have quite the evasion as everybody else does, so even though he's got a lot of HP, his lack of evasion would hurt him in the front row, so maybe I won't have him go there. And then, yeah, I don't know, everybody else is kind of good, so we'll just roll with it and see where we end up. Alright. Now, unlike in Final Fantasy 1, in Final Fantasy 1 you had to park at a port, so like, excuse me, if you were going to dock with your ship, you had to dock at an actual, like, port. Unlike in that game, though, in Final Fantasy 2, you can dock the ship at any land mass, so as long as you can walk on the land that you are next to, you can dock there. Probably because they have lifeboats on this ship, which is actually very forward-thinking of these pirates, to be fair. But yeah, so you can just dock anywhere as long as you can actually walk on that land mass, so just keep that in mind, and it'll make it a little easier for you when you decide to dock somewhere. Especially since we're going to need to dock on that one island that I was talking about a while back that's like teeny tiny out in the middle of nowhere. Alright, so I'm going to buy that fire tome that I was missing, so let's do that. And then we will head off the Dist. But like I said before, on top of the stop here in Altair, I actually want to make a stop in a couple of other places as well, so I'll tell you where those other places are in just a moment. Let's get rid of the dagger, the longsword first, and I probably should teach Layla the Berserk tome as well, one of them, since she's the one of the other ones that I would want to use it, so that she gets that boost. There we go. And then we'll hold on to the last Berserk tome for much, much later in the game. Okay, so the plan, we'll take a look at our map so we can see where we're going. The plan is to sail through this inlet here, this little isthmus around the mountain range, and sail all the way down. Now, there are two places you can go. You could just go straight south to hit the snow plains, then head southeast from there to end up on the island of Dist, if you want to do that. You could also kind of like scroll around the map a little bit and end up, well, maybe not there, but you could go like this way around the map and end up right back where the snowcraft is, so you can play the mini game if you want to. On top of that, if you sail through the isthmus and then over to this little jutting piece of land here and head straight down from it, you'll find the island that I was talking about. And I'd like to go there before we go to Dist. It's optional at this point, but there's one thing that I'd like to pick up while I'm there that'll be helpful in Dist. Speaking of things that are helpful, on top of doing what I just said when you go to the island, you can also sail all the way around this peninsula right here where the desert is and go up into this little section of water here and end up next to this town. This town is important. We're going to find out why in just a moment, because that is our first port of call. Now, you could also just sail into this little section here, and then, like, you know, dock here, sail south, well, go south on the river, and then end up going there. But we might as well go all the way around. We'll give Layla a chance to train a little bit while we go around the isthmus, and then go from there. Yeah, now that you have an actual ship, you could kind of go anywhere in the world that you want, really. I mean, you're going to have to fight monsters along the way because they spawn on the sea, but you can kind of go wherever you want. So if you really want to, you could go to places with higher level monsters to the east of us. The Palamecian Desert has some pretty high level monsters in it. And you could go check out Palamecia, although obviously at this point you can't really do anything in Palamecia because the castle isn't open. So that wouldn't really work out for you. Here's sea snakes. These guys are weak to electricity. And the Trident should, I think, because it's effective against aquatic monsters, it should be somewhat effective against them. But yeah, Thunder does pretty good damage to them. Ow! Well, Layla will get a little bit of HP out of this as well, at least. Firion, why don't you teleport it, since we can't quite break through its defense just yet with Layla's current level of damage. And we'll get rid of the poison. Use an antidote while we're at it. Get some spirit out of it. That's not bad. Let's see. And maybe a high potion for good effort. There we go. Like for good measure, rather. Alright, so we're looking for a little jut of land near the forest over here. So we gotta sail a little to the west. We'll know when we hit it, because it should be about in line with me. Yeah, so this little jut right here. If you sail directly south from here, I believe we'll get to the island, yeah. So, like, kind of line up about here, and then sail directly south, and you'll get to the island. So, that being said, that's not exactly where we're going, but we'll worry about that in a minute, so. Firion, you're in the front row now. You have an opportunity to potentially get some evasion out of you being in the front row. That should feel pretty good for you. And then, why don't we practice Berserk with you? We could also get your Thundara level up, but we'll practice Berserk so that you're somewhat useful in terms of your damage output. Because until Berserk hits about level 3 or 4, it's not quite as effective as it could be, you know? So. Alright, well, we got rid of the rest of them. Now let's hope that hits. Okay, it hit, so she'll get a boost out of that. I'll just let you two handle it. Okay, nice. That's good. Some good damage. 1800 gil. Get a spear level and some strength, intelligence, and wow, she got a lot out of that fight. I was gonna say, holy hell. Strength, intelligence, and agility in the same fight. Not bad. And she got 17, well, 16 attack power out of that boost earlier as well, so that's not bad. And she's almost to the point where her spear level is going to be similar to where her other weapon levels were before this, so... And you don't have to do what I was saying. I was actually mentioning before, it's funny because it's kind of serendipitous. I mentioned before that you could have a main gauche in the offhand and then a sword in the main hand for the character. And here comes Layla with that exact setup when we first got her. So that's just great. Didn't even think about that one, but there it is. So, alright, so sail around this tip of land right here because that's where the desert bottoms out in the area. And the area that we are sailing to is a little bit later in the game, but it is well worth our time and effort to come over here right now. Trust me on that one. We're still getting ambushed by a whole bunch of stuff, but that's okay. That should be a thing of the past pretty soon. Although I'm probably going to move Firion and Layla to this back row in about 2 seconds because things around here hit just a little bit harder than the things on the high seas that we've been fighting. So this is not a trip for the faint of heart, in case you were wondering. We're not doing sequence breaking per se, but we are doing. We're going somewhere we're not supposed to be right now. So, and we're going someplace we're not supposed to be that will still be useful to us because. We could go to, like I said, we could go to Palamecia, but that's not really going to help us in any way, so we'll go to a place where we can actually get something out of it. Okay, that gets rid of you. We might get weapon experience for Layla for that one, honestly. Maria got some agility, that's good too. Do I dock at the river? Where can I go, like, straight? Okay, if I dock, like, here, I should be able to go straight across. Okay, so we are in very hostile territory at the moment, so definitely be careful while you're here. Don't be afraid to use a cottage. It's only a few steps we have to walk, but the enemies here are nasty. They hit real hard, so just be very careful while you're at it. We'll probably get some weapon levels for you while we're at it as well, but I'm going to save. Because in case you didn't see it in the bottom right-hand corner there, our current location is the Mysidia area. I think I might have mentioned this earlier as a place you could have gone once you got the Chocobo. If I didn't, if you get the Chocobo at Kashwan Keep, you can go all the way down and around to that river that's directly above us there. And that would be where the Chocobo would have to stop. You'd get off the Chocobo, cross the river on the canoe, and then head to the east here, and you could end up in Mysidia. That being said, you're not supposed to be here until 2 whole sections of the game from now. So be careful. The enemies here hit hard. That's why I put everybody in the back row except for Maria, because she actually has the... Okay, and we only got 1 bomb, so I'm not going to get the chance to show you, but she actually has the evasion to dodge the enemies around here for the most part. I'm going to give her a blink just in case, but... yeah, definitely be careful of these guys. They can hurt quite a bit. Matter of fact, I don't even think this Thunder Spell will kill this guy by itself, so... Now, that was a crit, and she still only did 26 damage there, so... Not so good. That being said, oh no, that kills, never mind. I didn't know it was going to do that much damage, holy hell. Now they got an agility boost out of it too, so that's also nice. But yeah, the enemies on the map can hit pretty hard. I just got lucky and didn't run into, like, any of them, so... Well, we have a ship, so I figured I might as well stop off in this fancy place. Yeah, see the cloud effect that I was talking about earlier, where the clouds roll over the area and it darkens everything on the screen? Again, it's just a filter, but... You know, it's nice. It's a nice filter. Alright, first things first, let's stop at the inn. We'll top off on items, and then we'll go avail ourselves of Mysidia's massive boost in terms of all of the weapons and armor and items. And, well, we could buy some spells while we're here as well, but I'm going to save that for a little while, I think. Well, let me think. Is there a spell I'm going to buy? Maybe I'll buy Barrier while I'm here. I don't want to buy... There's one spell that I could get for Firion at this point that would be really atrocious for him to have right now, but I think I'll save that for when we actually come here for the, like, when you're supposed to, you know? So, okay, so... A couple of high potions, an antidote... I don't think I used up any of this stuff. Nope. And did I use any of this stuff? Nope. Cottages. How many cottages am I going to need? 1, 2, 3, for like 5? 5 seems excessive. Really, you don't need any if you are willing to get back on your ship, because the island of Dist is actually very close to Bofsk, so you could just kind of sail slightly to the west from Dist, and then you could just go to Bofsk, and you could rest at the inn there if you don't have the money. But I've got the money, so I might as well grab a few cottages, you know. So, all right, let's go explore the weapon and armor shop real quick, and I can show you why we made the trip out here. So remember that part where I said the next axe upgrade for Maria only gives her like 5 extra attack power over the mithril axe? Well, how about we get the next axe upgrade? How about we get the axe with like 50 attack power instead? Now, granted, it costs 15,000 gil to purchase at the moment, which is very expensive, but it is well worth our time to come here and grab this, because, oh boy, the Ogre Killer is nuts. It gives her, I think, if not the same accuracy, slightly more accuracy than the Mithril Axe, and much more attack power than the next axe upgrade that she could get, which is on the island that I was talking about a minute ago. Also, it's effective against ogres, which is giant-type enemies. And guess who's a giant-type enemy? Hillgigises! So this is well worth your time to purchase, and I'm glad we had enough gil to actually buy it, because I was a little concerned about our gil count, but I'm not concerned anymore, because look at that attack power! 62 attack power from Maria right now, and that goes up to 82 when she hits a Hillgigis in the face with this thing. We're gonna leave that on her for quite a while. It's the 3rd best axe in the game, so she's set for quite some time now with that. You could also buy other stuff. They've got flame lances for sale, but a lot of the stuff here is not cheap. The ice bow that they have available here, though, is actually the 2nd best bow in the game, surprisingly enough. So, yeah, that's also worth your time to purchase if you have the money. So, but obviously the money is the problem, isn't it? Because there's a lot of money that's getting thrown around here at the moment. That being said, guess what they have for sale? Just available now without any concerns at all, because they're only 1,000 gil. Thief's Gloves! Buy 3 of those bad boys, and we will throw them on everybody. Zephyrian's got the most agility. Well, actually, Maria's got the most, but she'll have even more now with the Thief's Gloves on. She had how much before this? 43, so now she'll have 53 agility. Oh, baby, we are powering up. Oh, I like it. So that boost in agility that we just gave to the whole party should give us a massive boost in terms of our ability to avoid ambushes and get preemptive strikes. Hopefully. I'm gonna stick Layla in the front row just to see, but I don't know. We'll see if that happens or not. The magic shop's over here. I don't think we'll have the money for a lot of the stuff. I think this is the main one right here. Yeah, so this is the shop that it has the new spells. There are 4 other vendors on the opposite sides of this guy, and those vendors actually give you access to spells that are available in other towns. So like the ones that are available in Altair are here: Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, and Cure, Blink, Protect, Shell, and I forget what the other one was that's in Palum and Poft, but that's available here. The stuff in Bofsk, Fear, Basuna, Isuna, Silence, and Salamand, Warp, Life, Sap, and Teleport. So those are all here. But on top of that, you could also purchase Barrier, Wall, Swap, and Holy if you have the money, but holy shit, it costs 20,000 gil. So obviously we're not going to be buying that right now, but I guess I'll get Barrier since I've got the money for it. And just like that, we're almost broke again. Ain't that great? Now, we could just go play the Snowcraft minigame, because there's a few no-miss hits. Like, I haven't gotten the 0 miss, the 1 miss, the 2 miss, and then a couple of other ones in order to get some extra money together, but we don't really need it because we had enough money to buy all this stuff, so I don't know if it's really necessary. Anyway, we'll give Farian the Barrier Tome, because this is the buff that's not super necessary, but this is the one I was talking about a little earlier, where it gives you additional resistances depending on the level of the spell. At level 1, Barrier actually gives you resistance to a large number of the instant death spells in the game because it makes you resistant to matter elemental spells. So just level 1 of it is enough to be a big difference, but it'll obviously only get better as time goes on. So we'll have Firion work on that because he's doing pretty good on the rest of his spells, and I don't want Teleport to get too OP at this point. We've already got it to such a high level, you know, it's kind of tough to... Whoops. There we go. It's kind of tough to not make it OP, but we'll give him something else to work on so he's not, like, just overpowering the sin out of himself. One other thing that you can do while you're here in Mysidia, by the way, I thought this guy told you about it, but I don't really want to talk to the rest of these guys in case. Maybe this guy tells you. Well, we're not going to break the seal on the tower, but... Okay, so this guy's going to tell us. I'll just skip over that because at the moment we don't need to know that information. We'll come back in a minute, but... Yeah, so this island, he tells you where the island is and what its importance is. It tells you about these masks, but don't worry about the masks for right now. We'll worry about the masks later. One of these guys is supposed to tell you, I probably just skipped over him, about the library that they have here. It's not much of a library, it's kind of just one bookshelf, but this bookshelf has a bunch of books on it, and if you ask this bookshelf a question, it might have some information for you. Probably won't have anything on Wild Rose because the rebellion won't have been written about yet. But you can ask it questions in order to get a little bit of flavor text about other things in the game. For example, if you ask it about Mithril, it'll tell you what Mithril is and how it's used in the world. And it's been used like that for a while because there you go, there's a book on it. So. Let's see what else we've got. Probably won't have anything on the Dreadnought because that was recently built. We could see if it has anything on airships. Yeah. Oh, you really think so? Oh boy. Hopefully that day doesn't come anytime soon. Actually, it won't because that's not a concern really until Final Fantasy VI, if I remember correctly. What do you know about the Sunfire bookshelf? Ah, so the fire from that star was probably, yeah, the Sunfire. So that was, the Sunfire is technically Star Flame. It's more of a Starfire than a Sunfire, but I imagine that name was copyrighted, so they couldn't really do anything about that. Know anything about the Goddess's Bell? Okay. Yeah, I can imagine. Those are human emotions, so those are probably pretty easily broken. Okay. So yeah, that single note was created by apparently distilling wonder into a solid object. I don't know how that works, but there you go. That's how it was created according to the lore. So, Dragoons. So the first Dragoon apparently was named Han, not Cain, Han, and he visited the island of Dist and became the first Dragoon. As for the Wyverns, they're kind of like dragons, but they're slightly different from dragons. Okay, and they can carry 4 to 5 people in the air. Keep that in mind, because that's important for something later on. Anyway, that's all we've got for now, but you can come back to that library at any point in the game when you get new terms, and it probably has some information in there for you. Certain terms obviously won't do anything for you, especially terms that you get in the Arcane Labyrinth. I don't think there are any books on the terms that you get in the Arcane Labyrinth, because you get new terms when you're going through there, but, well, we're not worried about that. For now, we'll just worry about getting back to the ship without getting absolutely annihilated, so let's see if we can do that. Easier said than done, oh boy. But at least Guy's almost got 100 MP at this point. Now we just need to get Firion up one, and I'll be probably set for the rest of the game in terms of MP. You know, I love how I said that that was going to be a really dangerous area, and then I got into one friggin' encounter over the course of my entire time there. Like, come on. Now it's just getting silly, the kind of luck that we're having. But anyway, so we have to go to the island now, so we're gonna probably... I could go back to the Jut, I guess, and then go straight south, but I feel like that's kind of going to take a while. So I'm going to go here-ish. I'll just use the map. Let's just go back to the southern section of the desert, and then I'll use the map to tell when I'm to the west of where I'm actually going. And then we should be good. Yeah, the extra agility that we got from all of that stuff should allow us to dodge some attacks a little easier, but I'm not even worried about all the attack dodging. I'm more worried about how much damage Maria is about to do to these poor Buccaneers. I hope you're ready, because I don't think you are. Oh my god. That's like double the damage she was doing just there. I mean, it was more than double, actually, because she was doing like 140, I think, or something like that. It was enough to one-shot the guys, but definitely significantly more damage than she was doing previously, so... Yeah, well worth it to come over here if you're having an axe or a bow user in your party, because you won't get a good axe or bow upgrade in the mid-game of Final Fantasy II. So it's worth it to take the extra time to go there, even despite how dangerous it is, because you'll be able to get a massive boost to your power that you otherwise would have to do without for quite some time. So, did I pass it up? No, I'm not quite there yet. There it is. So this is the island that I was talking about, and we're actually going to go here right now, even though we don't need the masks that they were talking about back in Mycidia at the moment. But there is one other thing that I can grab while I'm here, so we're going to see if we can grab it. But first we have to get down there, so let's see if we can get down there, shall we? Okay. This is the tropical island, and I don't remember the map terribly here, but I do remember, generally speaking, where we're going, so... That being said, an ambush right away is not the greatest thing in the world, so, you know. These are red moose. They are variations on the green slimes that we saw back in Seven Falls. And their defense is just about as powerful as the other guys was. I don't remember what these ones are weak to. I forget if it's thunder or blizzard. I feel like it's thunder, so let me just find out real quick. We'll know in a second, because none of the slimes that you're fighting out here are actually weak to Scourge, so don't worry about that part. I think they might even absorb it, so... Okay, yeah, they're weak to Thunder. No big shock there, because they took 150 damage from a Thundara. That will do it. But yeah, we'll just kind of meander around. We can get the entire first floor done while we're here, because there's only one exit out of the first floor. But once you get to the second floor, or the basement second floor, that's where things start to vary up a little bit. So we'll have to worry about that once we get a little further down. I guess just thunder that guy, and we'll see if the ladies can handle the other one with their melee attacks. Probably not, but if they get a crit, they might. Either way, we can handle them next turn. These guys are resistant to matter elemental attacks, though, so Tharion's not going to be super useful for now. Unfortunately, but that's okay. You know, while we've only got one left, let's see if we can get weapon experience for everybody. Because we can't get rid of this person get rid of this thing, until we get a crit with weapon experience. So we might as well practice a little bit, you know. Get our weapon levels up a little more. Firion and Guy don't really need that badly, because they only really... I feel like level 7 would probably be the absolute maximum I'd want them to get to, but if we can get that right now, and then we never have to worry about it again for the rest of the game, that would be good. And then we could just keep working on it for Maria and Layla until they get there. I think these guys have like 100 HP? Not 100% sure about that, but that sounds about right. I love how Maria sometimes doesn't even need to get a crit and she still just manages to break right through. So there's another strength level, some spear and shield. Farion, what did you get? Did you get agility? I think you got agility, yeah. Got a barrier level as well, so that's nice. Okay, Maria didn't get any weapon experience, but Farion and Guy did. And so did Layla, so we'll just go from there. Which way do I go, George? I think the end of the floor is further up ahead, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So, still getting ambushed, though. So that's no good. Keep practicing the barrier. I'll just have you go after them. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to blanket cast. I mean, I could just not in order to get some weapon experience, but there's too many of them for me to be like, yeah, let's just let them all hang around. Too much potential for Layla to get smacked in the face, you know? So let's just get rid of them. If there's only like one or two, then it's like, okay, sure, but... Oh, nice, an ether. That'll help. Do I go this way now? Okay, that's a dead end, so fair enough. There's a few different ways through this place, as you can plainly tell, but not all of them are created equal, evidently. Oh, look, dual deads, okay. So these guys are the palette swap of dual heads. I believe they're weak to the life spell, which would make sense considering the fact that it says that they're dead in their name, but I don't know. I guess we're going to find out in a minute. And then you can get rid of the dual head. You should be able to do that fairly easily with your spear. So let's see. Yep, got him. Not bad. They're also, if I remember correctly, if they're exactly the same as the dual heads are, they're also weak to body elemental attacks. So if you have like silence or blind or anything like that, you could also use that. But I mean, I feel like those would be a decent way of counteracting them, but why do that when you can just kill them instead, you know? Like, it doesn't make sense. Just get rid of them, because you're already here, so you might as well just get rid of them, you know? Do I want Guy to be casting anything? I haven't gotten him a spell yet, so I think I'll wait until I get him. Maybe I should have gone to Dis first so I could get him a spell to practice. Oh well. Hey, Maria actually got hit. She might get HP out of this fight. Not bad. I'll take it. And we'll let Farion get the life spell off to maybe potentially get an MP boost. Got the ether in case, so that should help. He's got plenty of spirit at the moment, though, so he should do pretty good in that department. Layla's got evasion. Firion got some agility, I think, there. Or was that Maria? No, that was Firion. Maybe Maria, too. I didn't see. I wasn't paying enough attention, evidently, but that's okay. And then I forget what's up this way, but I don't think it's anything particularly interesting. Okay, so yellow jellies are another palette swap with the green slimes. These ones are weak to fire, if I recall correctly. So we could just fire them first, and then we can leave the red moose alive, and just go from there. Let's give that a shot. Go on blast real quick. Yeah, there you go. Did some damage to the back row guys. We can get rid of them in just a moment. So, and like I said, they're not they're resistant to matter elemental spells, so you got to be a little careful in terms of casting teleport won't really do you a whole lot of good. That's the gist of what I'm saying, basically. And then we'll just see if we can keep them alive long enough for us to actually do anything. I don't think so, because Maria just killed that one with a crit. So they might be dead this round. They are dead this round. So no weapon experience for me. We're getting so powerful, we're killing slimes with physical attacks at this point. That's just great. Oh boy. More spirit and intelligence, though. I'll take it. You should be getting more spirit and intelligence the further along you go here, because as the enemy's ranks go up, you gain a higher chance. It, like, factors into the chance of gaining a stat with the rank of the enemies. Preemptive strike! There we go! That's what I wanted to see. Alright, so, I'd like to get Scourge and Thunder up on level, but Fire is just too useful at this point for me to really do anything with it, so let's just keep doing what we were doing. Oh, I missed, so that means everybody's going to get a chance to do something after all. Good. I'd actually rather that. These guys must have okay magic evasion if they're dodging a life spell from Firion, but matter of fact, cast Barrier while you're at it, because then that'll give you a chance to practice that. And it'll give Layla a chance to practice her spear levels. She might get weapon experience out of this if I keep defending and letting her attack. 3 hits. Okay, well, that might get her HP. I can't believe I'm thinking about, like, oh, you know, if I had Gordon back, he'd be able to be tanking these hits, because 84 wouldn't do hardly anything to him, but it's like, how often do you wish to have the Spoony Bard back in your party? I don't know, it's just because Layla starts with lower HP and lower stamina than he does, so it plays a part, it has an effect, but, you know, it's there. She's fine. She will do fine for the party. And actually, she's in the party for quite a long time out of all the characters that are available in this game, so if you're not used to her yet, get used to her, because you'll be seeing a lot of her. So, I feel like she's probably in your party for about 30% of this game's runtime now that I think about it. So yeah, definitely get used to her, because she's gonna be here for a bit. Should gain some decent HP out of the whole thing as well, so my little complaints about, oh, well, you know, I want Gordon back because he's got more HP, those will fall on deaf ears very soon. Granted, she probably won't ever catch up to Guy, but which Gordon was threatening to do, but, you know, it's fine. Spirit and agility, nice. I'll take it. Those stairs there are actually where we're going, but yeah, I was going to say, I think there's one more chest down here. Uh-oh, ambushed by stunners! These guys can paralyze you in case the name wasn't clear enough, but they obviously can't hit me, so that's not really going to happen. Oh, by the way, I guess I should mention the difference between Shell and Barrier, because they might seem like similar spells. Shell specifically affects your magic defense level, so it'll raise that left number in your magic defense level. Barrier only gives you resistances to specific elements, so like Barrier will give you a resistance to like the 8 elements in the game. So there's fire, ice, thunder, and poison for elemental spells, and then there's body, mind, matter, and death for the status spells. So it gives you different resistances depending on the level. I believe at this level you get matter, fire, and mind resistance if all 3 levels hit, but that's kind of the inherent problem with Barrier, isn't it? Is because you can't tell which levels hit. So it's kind of hard to tell which resistances you have unless you just get hit by something you're not supposed to. So It's not my favorite spell, but it will come in handy in the end game when there are lots of enemies with lots of different variations on spells that they can use against you that we definitely don't want to mess with, so... Did I have Furion defend when I could have had him casting Barrier? I probably should just have him cast Barrier while I'm thinking about it. Matter of fact, you do that, and you attack, so that way we have the, as I say, maximum chance of Furion getting a chance to cast in case she doesn't KO this thing, which she did not. But that's okay, she doesn't have to. I should be practicing Berserk still. More agility for Furion. And here's a Spider's Silk. That will cast the slow spell, which you don't have access to at the moment. So, but I think it's a pretty effective slow. I think it's like slow level 16, which is pretty ridiculous. I should mention, the way that items work in this game, if you use them and they have like a spell effect on them, they have a chance to break every time you use them. But I think the Spider's Silk, it only has like a 10% chance to break per time you use it, so that's not terrible. Should serve you pretty well over the course of the game. So, I might use that, honestly, because some bosses are not immune to Body Elemental, so, or not resistant to it anyway. We'll see. I think you get more than one Spider Silk over the course of the game as well, so that kind of makes it even less necessary for me to get a slow spell. Slow was something that I was thinking about grabbing as a spell that I could cast, but we don't get access to it for a little while yet, and by the time you do, well, you've probably got access to these Spider Silks instead, so it's not that it's not good, it's just I wouldn't say it's necessary. Unless you get really unlucky with the Spider Silks, but you're probably only going to use those in boss fights anyway, so... By the way, the Tropical Island is where we would get the Scourge Tome normally. I think it's on this floor. It might be in that chest. No, that chest has the Blind Tome, never mind. So you could also get blind from here if you weren't getting lucky with drops from Ogre Mages. That staircase to my left is actually where we're going, so we're going to do that in a second. I think I might go grab the Scourge Tome because it's on the top right corner of this floor, just to show you where it actually is. But we're not going to the right just yet. We're actually going to head to the left instead and go down those stairs. So, I'll cast fire on the guy in the back. As a matter of fact, how about we do it this way? Let's cast life on that guy. Then Maria can not hit Furion with her Ogre Killer. That would definitely kill him at this point. And then, let's get rid of that guy. I gotta tell you, I feel like we're making pretty good time today. We're almost done with this section of the dungeon. This is like half of the dungeon that we're doing today. And then we'll do the other half later when we actually need to come back here for the story. We'll probably make it through most of Dist today as well, now that I think about it. Looks pretty good. Life level, agility, intelligence, HP, stamina, very good. That's a lot of good stuff from that fight. Maria got HP, so I'll cure next battle. So there's a chest up there, but if we go this way, if I remember correctly, in this corner here... Yeah, here's the Scourge Tome. There's two of them here on the island, actually. I think the second one is a little further down if you go down the right path there. But we're not going to get there because we got to deal with Poison Toads first. I'm not really too concerned because we've got so much attack power on Maria, she'll probably just kill it in one hit. Okay, never mind. My hubris, no! But, yeah, no, I'm not really super concerned. It shouldn't be too long before he drops over. Why don't you cast Barrier, actually, just for the hell of it, just to practice it. Probably a Poison Toad absorbs poison damage, I would imagine, huh? So let's just do that. There you go, Maria. Kick his ass! The reason, by the way, why I wanted to go out of my way to grab the Ogre Killer is not just because it's so much better than the other weapon that we're going to have access to. There's a Sleep Grass. I think that casts Sleep 16, so there you go. But yeah, it's not just because it's so much better than the other upgrade that we have access to while we're here on the island. It's also because of the fact that it allows Maria to be effective in battle without casting Berserk for a good chunk of the game now. And because of that, Berserk won't get incredibly overpowered by getting to like level 7 or level 8 before she gets access to the Ogre Killer and therefore becomes a monster. Like, if it gets to the point where she's got level 7 or level 8 Berserk, that's level 7 or level 8 of 20-ish intelligence per cast. So if she hit all 8 levels of that, she would get 160 extra attack power. Kind of defeats the purpose of me making Berserk not so useful, you know? So I said, no, let's try to get her something so she can actually, like, not be a broken mess in terms of the damage that she's dealing. So that was the plan anyway. Hopefully it works out. This is probably a battle where I can get some weapon experience as well. Although Layla just hit for 7 hits, even though she's level 5 on her spears and did 5 damage there. That's atrocious. Okay, weapon attacks, a go-go. I think this one down here is the weakest of the two, so if they actually kill it, I'm not super concerned. I wonder if I can make it to the bottom without using any ethers. Probably. You two in there, in case they kill this one. Yep, that's what I thought was going to happen. That's fine. Like I said, I think they only have about 100 HP, so there is potential for Maria and Layla to kill this one. If they hit correctly, in terms of the amount of hits or a crit. But, yeah, we should get some weapon experience out of these guys anyway. I think this battle is rank 3, so should do pretty good there. We'll see. Maria got more strength. I think she's done with strength now, actually. Yeah, 19 strength, so she's done. She should be able to hit 99% accuracy with that. I think the only one that got weapon experience there was Layla, though, because everybody else is where they were. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind for later, because I might need to find stronger enemies to work on my weapon levels. Oh well, it's fine. There's a preemptive strike, nice. Want to keep seeing those. The more of those we see, the better off we'll be. Why don't you use a thunder on that guy? I don't know if it'll kill, but between you and Layla, I would imagine you can kill. Hell, if Furion misses this life, you'll have multiple chances to kill. Oh, okay, Maria actually didn't kill hers. Alright, that's fine. That's fine, that'll give us more stuff to do in a moment. I'll take it. Oh, both of you didn't kill, that's great. Alright, then I guess just whack them upside the head, the both of you. Should be good enough to kill at this point, yeah. That's more like it, Maria. Unfortunately, Maria's extra strength that she can get won't happen for oh, there's another spider silk, nice. It won't happen for a little while because there's pieces of armor that she can get besides the Giant's Helm that actually raise her strength, which I did get rid of that, right? Yeah, I did, okay. But yeah, there's pieces of equipment she can get that raises her strength besides the Giant's Helm, and those will directly affect her accuracy. But those actually aren't available in shops, so I can't just go grab them whenever I want to grab them. So, unfortunately, she's got to stay with the low-ish accuracy despite the high-end weapon that she has for a little while. But again, that is actually good. It'll make it so that she's a little bit harder to just make completely atrociously overpowered, so it should come in handy for us. It's a toad. I wonder if it's weak to Blizzard, and then practice Berserk on yourself, just so that way I can say I'm still doing that and not forgetting. I got the tome for you, so I might as well. Wow, you actually dodged a level 6 teleport? That's impressive. Like, genuinely impressive. I'm shocked. I'm shook. But half of you should be gone now, because this should be effective, so yeah, very effective. They're weak to ice. Damage like that doesn't happen unless you have a weakness going on, so I'm just going to go nuts with physical attacks, see if we can get weapon experience out of these guys. Probably not, because there's only one left, but, you know, it's worth a shot, I think. Why not, right? I've got Maria with the axe, so I don't really have to worry about doing something stupid. Strength, spirit, agility, potion, and antidote, I'll take those. And up here... we've found a little island town on the island. No encounters here, but some cool music. I'll turn it up for you. Oh wait, hang on, I've already turned this one up, never mind. I won't turn it up, it's the Kashuan Keep music. I'm thinking of a different track, my bad. I mean, I'm willing to listen to this one again, but I forgot. Oh, where I come from, we don't wear masks, sorry. But yeah, so we found an island tribe down here. The one in the green mask is a vendor, and he'll sell you stuff. What's he sell? Well, nothing really much for now. I mean, he's got ethers, so that's not bad. But there are a couple of green mask ones, and they'll sell you a bunch of different stuff. So let's see what this one has. This one has the stuff that I'm looking for. So here's the Demon Axe. Now, it says it's an axe of colossal size. It's 8,000 gil to purchase it. But trust me when I tell you, it's not really worth the price, because the Ogre Killer is twice the price, but more than twice the power of even this one. The Ogre Killer's like... Actually, I think it's exactly twice the power of this one for 1,000 gil less than twice the price. So, like, this one gives you an attack bonus of 27. The Ogre Killer's like 56 or something like that. So, yeah, not really worth buying the Demon Axe. The Demon Spear, however, is an interesting beast because it's worth 8,000 gil. It's better than the Trident in terms of raw attack power. It's not good against aquatic enemies, unlike the Trident. However, it is good against Magic Beast type enemies. And Magic Beasts are like the most prevalent type of enemy in the entire game. Like, I want to say half of the bestiary is a Magic Beast, or something ridiculous like that. Probably not quite that much, that would be absurd, but a very large portion of the bestiary in this game is considered a Magic Beast type enemy, and the Demon Spear does effective damage to it. So Layla having access to this will increase her damage for quite a while. So we'll grab that for her. We also want to get some Ruby Cuirasses while we're here, because they are only 600 gil, and they're better than the silver ones that we have. So I'm going to buy 5 of them, because we're going to need one for somebody else in a little while as well. But yeah, see all the money we've been getting, it's actually being used, which is kind of nice. Sometimes I just have more money than I know what to do with in these games, and that's not so nice. Alright, but let's equip everybody with some good stuff. Firion has 41 defense now. That is quite a lot. We have boosted quite a bit in terms of our defense over the course of this entire stream, so that's not terrible at all. I will take it. Alright, so there we go. Now we can sell some of the stuff we don't need. Don't need this potion. I can sell one of the antidotes. I mean, I might use it, but it's fine. I'm going to keep the ethers, though, because those are more worth it. Like, those are too worth it for me to pass up in terms of buying and selling. We'll keep the spider silks because I might use them, but sleep grass I probably won't use, so we'll just get rid of that. It's just because it's a temporary status ailment, so I'm not a big fan of it. So because of that, oh, I didn't equip the Demon Spear. I'll do that in a second too, because I forgot. Do that. Sell these. Don't need those anymore. They've been worth their weight. I'll tell you what. Those silver cuirasses have lasted us for quite a large chunk of the game just by themselves. But yeah, we don't need them anymore. So we'll just get rid of them. We'll get rid of the trident, and then that's it. Then we can leave. And leaving is not really a problem, because as you'll see in a moment, we can just get out of here fairly easily by just teleporting out. So that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to do that as long as we can use teleport. I don't remember if it works here or not. It does work here. Alright, sayonara. Those people have just had an experience right there. They were like, these random people with no masks on just walked up, bought and sold a whole bunch of stuff from us, and then just left through the sky by using some sort of light beam in the sky. How in the hell? Those poor people probably have a nervous breakdown in there. But anyway, this is why we brought cottages with us, because now we can just use it, because Firion is on death's door from using teleport, but now, no he isn't, because he's back at full HP. So, there you go. Alright, so anyway, we will keep it going. We have gotten all of the side stuff out of the way, because that was all the side stuff I wanted to cover. Now we can head to Dist. So how do I get to Dist from here? I guess we just go south. I could go around this little peninsula so that I can show off the rest of the Snowcraft minigame, but I might go do that on my own time in between the streams. I did test this off-screen, by the way, in between streams. If you get the Zero Miss reward, it's actually the one that you get. So here's how it works. When you beat the best time, which is the first time you clear at a certain level of misses in the Snowcraft minigame, the reward that you get is doubled. The gil reward that you get is doubled. Clearing the zero miss, getting zero misses, gives you 20,000 gil normally, but it gets doubled up to 40,000 when you clear that. So it would not give me 80,000. I think I might have mentioned that last time, but it gives you 40,000 the first time you clear it. So right now we've got a 0 miss win, a 1 miss win, a 2 miss win. That would be like almost 60,000 gil, 57,500 if I'm doing my math correctly, that we're sitting on. Well, hang on, let me think, because I think 2 misses, because the 3 misses gave us 5,000 times 2, which is 10,000. 2 misses would give us 7,500. Times 2 is 15,000. So 55,000. No, 65,000, because the 1 miss would give us 10,000 times 2 is 20. 20 and 15 is 35, and then... Oh no, it'd be 75,000, because 40 plus 20. Right? Yeah, 7,500 times 2 is 15. 10,000 times 2 is 20. 20,000 times 2 is 40. So 40, 20, and 15. So 40 plus 35, yeah. So 75,000 gil. And then the 7 and 8 miss ones we haven't gotten yet either. And those would give us like... probably like 1,500 gil, 2,000 gil. Nothing special, but it's like 77,000 gil that I could get just sitting there if I need it. I don't need it at the moment because there's nothing that I need to buy, but I can go get it if I ever need the money, you know what I mean? So I might go do that on my own time at a certain point, so... Yeah, those village people definitely having a nervous breakdown. There's no way, like, just... The way that we just walked in, grabbed their stuff, and then just left, it's like, what the hell? That ain't right. So, I mean, at least we paid for it, to be fair, but, you know. What are they gonna do with Gil down there anyway, like... I wonder if they just get a lot of people just end up there by ship, like they accidentally sail there without really thinking about it, and they're like, okay, well, we can sell them supplies. I mean, why not? We've got the supplies, you know? I love how I said I didn't want to make teleport overpowered, and here I am just using it out on the world map like a crazy person. So, 1 hit, Layla, that's not so great. You do that again, and this time do it right. There you go. See, that's more like it. Yeah, I was about to say, surprising they even accept Gil as a payment. I feel like that's just a game mechanic thing, honestly. Like, I feel like the reason why they accept Gil as payment is because this game was made in 1988, and them having, like, a barter system in an NES game would... It might work, but it would probably be a little unfeasible, you know? So... Ah, killer fish! Not from outer space, though. That's a different thing, actually. These ones are weak to electricity as well, so we'll just go on Zap and then go from there. Don't think they're considered magic beast type enemies though, so they probably aren't weak to the Demon Spear, but I think they only have like 100 HP, so it shouldn't be a huge deal. Yeah, that should be fine. Yep. Nice and easy. Try for weapon experience? Kind of doubt it's going to happen, but might as well try, right? It's not going to happen for Farian and Guy, because they're only going to get 2 hits off before we get this battle over with, but Layla might get some. Well, HP boost. Sky got some agility. I'll take it. So Dist is actually right over here, and that cavern up there is actually our next dungeon. So we're going to go there in just a moment. Just got to dock first. So here's where... Well, actually, no, I don't usually dock here. I think I dock down here. Yeah, somewhere around there. But if you wanted to get a quick refresh without using a cottage, you could just sail right here, and there's Bofsk on the left side of the screen right there. So it's really not that far to go, and then you can just very quickly dock and then come back. So if you don't have the money for cottages, don't worry about it, because you can just grab like a quick rest at Bofsk right there. And if you need extra items or anything, like if you're running out of items that you could use for your fights, you could just go back there and buy some. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. That being said, got some new enemies going on here. I don't think we've seen stalactites just yet. I think we saw icicles and that's it. So stalactites are like the palette swap of icicles. Got ogre mage, land turtle, regular old ogre. Nothing we haven't seen before, but you know, that's that. I believe ogres are considered giant type enemies, so the ogre killer should do substantial damage to that one. And then the stalactites are considered magic beasts, if I remember right, so the Demon Spear should do well against those. See, after a while, though, the weapons in this game become very interesting because they start to get effectiveness against specific types of enemies, and then you don't need Berserk in order to deal massive damage against them. So everybody has the ability to do large amounts of damage. It doesn't matter if you're a mage or if you're a physical attacker. You've got an opportunity no matter what the situation is. Like, look at that. Maria did less damage than Layla did on the same number of hits because of the fact that the enemy was a magic beast, so it was weak to the Demon Spear. So it makes things feel pretty balanced, in my opinion, in terms of how everything functions. Like, it doesn't feel like any one type... I mean, magic is pretty busted, to be fair, but, like, it doesn't feel like any one type of magic is excessively overpowered, you know? So, Actually, why don't you do this to the ogre? You can get rid of the ogre mage. Stalactites are actually weak to Scourge, so I'm going to get rid of them with that, if I remember correctly. And then Layla might be able to... They have like 240 HP, so she might not be able to one-shot them just yet, but as her spear levels go up, she will, so... And we'll be fighting Stalactites a little bit while we're here, so... Yeah, there you go, it's weak to Scourge. One of the few enemies in the game that is weak to Scourge, so since we have it, we might as well use it, you know? And I think they have like 240 HP, so it might take a little bit for Layla to pick it up, but that's fine. I could cast Berserk on her, honestly, so she has a chance to practice that. There's a Sleep Tome. The Ogre Mage dropped that. That should sell for a pretty penny. Let's see. Okay, your spear level is 6 right now, actually, so that's not bad. That should come in pretty handy for us going forward. Ah, Dist Castle. We should probably stop in there and see if there's any Dragoons left first before we do anything else. Or we could get blinded first. That's fun, I guess. Well, most of us dodged it, to be fair, at this point, so... I don't think these guys have particularly high accuracy with some of their spells. So, you know. As a matter of fact, are those shadows in the back? There's a Wraith in there. Alright, so let's cast on the Wraith. You attack that one. You attack this one, and you attack this one. That one wasn't a Magic Beast type enemy as far as I'm aware. I think they're just really weak. Because that was just like a, what was it, a ghoul, I think? So at this point in the game, ghouls are kind of garbage. They don't really do much. So, you know what? Even though you're blinded, keep attacking. You'll probably be able to kill the shadow anyway. They've only got like 30 HP. Yeah, so there you go. Not particularly threatening at this point in the game. Well, Layla got some magic defense out of getting blinded, so that's nice. Now maybe she'll be able to avoid it. Alright, first of 20 eye drops. Those seem to be the things that are going the most out of all my status items at this point, but we'll see how we do on those when we go forward. I'm just going to double check and see if we can see what the... Actually, it wouldn't be their spirit, it would be their intelligence that those ghasts have. We've killed 36 of them at this point. That's nuts. It doesn't say in terms of their intelligence stats, so it might just be like a fixed percentage for enemies to have a chance to hit, but I don't know. Doesn't really matter too much. They're not resistant to matter. I'm noting that from this screen, though. That's interesting. I thought that all undead were resistant to matter. Maybe it's just certain ones. Yeah, this one is resistant to matter, so... I guess I just sort of assume all of them are because some of them are. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But we're over a quarter of the way done with the bestiary now, so that's pretty nice. Anyway, Dist Castle. Castle Dist, excuse me. Hey kid, what's up? Listen, we're friendly, we're not with the Empire. Okay. You do that, actually, because I was hoping that we could, like, speak to someone here that knows what's going on. Alright, let's not take their treasure just yet. I don't know if they're cool with us yet, so let's just go see. Hi, ma'am. Didn't mean to... Yeah, no, we didn't want to cause you any trouble either, actually. So... Oh, sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate. So all the Dragoons are gone, and almost all the Wyverns? Well, that's not the news I wanted to hear when I got here. Sorry for your loss, but that sucks. Huh. A pendant, huh? Okay. Ah, okay, so if we can find one of the pendants that the Dragoons had, we'll be able to speak the language of the Wyverns, alright? Oh, you know, that I was gonna say, that would do it, yeah. So, the Empire is pretty crafty in this game. They know when a full frontal assault is not gonna be enough to deal, like, it's gonna cause heavy losses. So instead of doing that, they just poison the well water. And that sucks! But it's clever, I guess, of the Empire to do that. Okay, so she says the same thing if you ask Dragoons or Wyverns. So there you go. Well, that blows. No, we're not the bad guys. Nope. I'm sure you will be, kid. You'll do them proud. Oh, okay. Well, I'll go check. I'll let you know. I'm a white mage. I might be able to tell. But yeah, they're cool with us, and once we get the pendant, we'll be able to actually chat with the wyvern that's in there, so we can take the chests around here without any problems. No encounters in Dist Castle either, so just so that you know. If you're concerned, don't be. Even this room that looks like one of those monster dens. Nope, no monsters. So, there you go. A little dark in here. Wow. Holy hell, you're bigger than I thought you'd be, big guy. Sorry, I don't speak the language yet, but I'm gonna go try to find one of the pendants in the cavern to the north, so I'll be back, okay? Yeah, so nothing doing right now with the wyvern, but once you get the pendant, you'll be able to speak its language because you can show it to it in the items menu, and then it will actually speak to you, so... It's kind of cool. I kind of like how they use the system. From what I understand, the way that the system was conceived of is that they were using something that was, I think, in one of the Ultima games. Although the Ultima games were on the PC, which obviously had a lot more processing power, even back in 1988, than the NES did. So the learn, ask, and item system in this game is like a watered-down version of what they had in the Ultima games, but I don't think that's doing it justice, because you're using a system that's taking advantage of the technological limitations and still doing something effective with it. And of course, you know me, I always appreciate that sort of stuff in games, so yeah, that's, excuse me, that's why I'm always digging that sort of stuff, those little things, you know, that they do with mechanics that mean that they did something they might not have been able to, so. Here's a unicorn horn in that chest, and that is the reason why we don't need the Basuna spell, because it casts Basuna 16 in battle, and it only has a 10% chance of breaking every time you use it, so you could just save scum before a boss fight to make sure it doesn't break. And cure any temporary status ailments you might need. That being said, it's probably only really useful in the boss fight that happens after we're done in Castle Dist, so, and the cavern. Like the next boss fight in the next section of the game after we're done with the Dist section is really the only place where it's super useful, but it'll be very useful in that fight, so. So this is the treasure room for their magic. Stop is here, Curse is here, Stun is here. So the difference there, Stun and Stop do the same things. They inflict paralysis. Again, a temporary status ailment, not a big fan of it, but Stun is a body elemental spell, whereas Stop is a matter elemental spell. So depending on the enemy, certain ones will do a little bit better. So Stun might work better if you want to paralyze an undead enemy, because they're not resistant to body, if I remember correctly. I can look, but I don't think they are. And then Stop will work better on enemies that are not undead, because they're not resistant to matter. So there you go. The one that I care about, though, is the Curse Tome, because Guy needs something to practice, just like how Furion has Barrier at the moment, and this gives me a good excuse to use it. So there you go, Guy, have some Curse. So Curse is a status ailment we haven't really done much with at the moment because we weren't using the Ancient Sword. It drops enemies' attack and defense, so that will allow us to hit through their higher defense. And if we had the Ancient Sword, it would do effectively the same thing. So it's just the Ancient Sword has a chance to do it on hit, and the accuracy is real low. So, but that's okay. We don't need to worry about that now because we can just cast Curse. It's a Mind Elemental spell, though, so you got to be careful because certain enemies are resistant to Mind. So if you try to use Curse on an enemy that's resistant, they'll have a lot lower of a chance of getting hit by it. We'll be able to do something about that in a little while, maybe, though. So I'll let you know. We'll see. Anyway, treasure room with some items. Gold needle, an eye drops to replace the one I used. Antidote. A Sage's Wisdom, that's a new one. I'll talk about that in a second. A cross, a Saint's Spirit, also a new one, a mallet, and then the most important item in this castle if you have a sword user, the Wing Sword. So this one is an upgrade over the Ancient Sword and the Sleep Blade, and if you've been looking for a better sword since the Mithril Sword, you are in luck. The Wing Sword is a very large damage boost for any sword user that you have in the party, and it's just like the Demon Spear. It's effective against magic beasts. So it will be very effective for probably like the next 3 sections of the game. You don't even need an upgrade to it for a sword after that, and I don't think you get one, honestly, but it doesn't fall off for quite some time, so it's actually really good. Definitely use it if you have a sword user. I don't, but there you go. So, alright, so nothing doing with the wyvern right now. We can't speak its tongue, so we gotta go to the cavern to the north so we can figure out what it's saying. So let's go do that. We'll give Guy an excuse to practice his Curse spell. I can have Furion heal after the next fight, or in the next fight, really. And then we can just keep practicing Barrier and Curse, and we'll be good. Probably won't get any MP boost because we're using lower level spells, but those spells will come up in their level as we go. Well, hello there. That's a whole lot of undead enemies. Only one ghoul, so I think I'll just cast on this guy, because the wraiths in the back, I don't think they'll actually, I don't think they have any spells that they can cast, so I might as well give this a shot, why not, and then get rid of the ghast in front. Get rid of the ghoul first, though, so we don't have to keep using our eye drops. They're more annoying than they are difficult to defeat, it's just because of blind, so... Let's see if we can curse this guy. Death hamsters! I don't know if those look like hamsters to anyone else, but that's what I see whenever I see the little... It's like a hamster in like a trench coat with a hood with a scythe. It's just super silly looking. I don't know why they went with that, but like, hey, I'll take it, you know. Oh, hang on, I need Teferian to actually attack here. I said I was going to heal, so let's actually have him do that, and then you do that, and you do... Yeah, why not? And then we'll just have you attack the wing. Cast it again in a minute so we can see the death hamsters again. This is so silly. And you get right out of here, sir. Because I think you still have a chance to actually hit Layla, so... Alright, so, actually you cast Barrier because I've got some time. You just defend. Death hamsters a go-go, and then probably you'll get this attack off before Guy uses the death hamsters, but that's okay. Alright, so we got a magic boost for Furion. He probably... I'd rather he get the MP, but, you know, whatever. He'll have 94 MP when he gets the boost now, so that's not terrible. I'll take it. And honestly, Guy is probably good for quite a while with where he's at right now, so... do I use a cottage now? No. So the way that this cavern works, I'm actually going to go in here in 3 trips. So I'm going to go in there and just grab the pendant and get out real quick. That's going to be our first trip. The second trip is going to take us through to the treasure that's on the bottom floor. But the treasure that's on the bottom floor is actually out of the way of where we're actually going, our destination. It's like in a completely separate area. So we'll teleport out after we're done getting the treasure, and then we'll go the third direction, which is, there's like 3 different staircases you can go on to start with, and they take you in 3 different places in the dungeon. So we'll go, first we'll just get the pendant, then we'll go get the treasure, then we'll go to the actual, our ultimate destination. So there you go. Sound good, hopefully, because here we go. Man, kind of musty in here. No surprise, I mean, it's overgrown with plants and everything, so. I think this is the first staircase we want to take, is this one over here. I could be wrong, but we'll see in a sec. Nope, this is the right one. So you see the little glimmer on the helmet there? That's what we're looking for. That's... Okay, sure, why not? Just 2 Hillgigases is the very first thing I fight, right inside the... Okay. Alright, I just eat Ogre Killer. That's all. Eat Ogre Killer and die. Use Berserk on yourself, Layla, because holy hell. Yeah, so as you can see, these guys were taking like single-digit damage from like the other weapons we were using back when we fought the 1 in the Dreadnought. But now, Maria just did 337 damage to that guy, so that should work pretty nice. Alright, get Blink on her just so they can't touch us, and then, honestly, Guy, just keep trying to get Curse up, because I feel like that's just gonna help us. Yeah, surprise, motherfucker! Oh my god, Maria just 2-shotted that guy, that's nuts. That's obscene. Death hamsters. Maybe it's the sound effect, too, that makes me think of death hamsters, because I hear the little at the end, and it just makes me think of that. I don't know. Can I do anything else with you to get MP fishing? Yeah, I can cast Barrier. Keep going with death hamsters, and then this. I'd like to bring Curse's level up ASAP, basically, if possible, unless Maria kills the guy right here. Oh, the Ogre Killer is so nice. Let me tell you what. That battle is a bitch if you don't have the Ogre Killer available to you. Because those guys hit real hard, and they take, like, no damage from anything except your spells. So you end up using a bunch of different spells, you end up having to use a lot of ethers, and getting that as the very first battle in the cavern, not a whole lot of fun, but it's fine. We got him. We got the Ogre Killer, so that will make the difference. Anyway, let me grab this and let's get the hell out of here. Let's take a look. This is what we're looking for, a pendant. So this is a Dragoon pendant, and that'll allow us to speak the language of the wyverns. So we can go talk to the one in the castle. And he can tell us, or they can tell us what we need to know. Alright, looks like one ghoul again. Yeah. Alright, cool. So we'll do that. And then I'd like to use death hamsters, but I'll just cast... Do I need to hit the... I really don't need to use fire, actually, because the gas will go down easy, so... Just keep trying to get curse on these guys. Because why not? You know, I'm thinking about it, I probably shouldn't leave our fate in terms of whether or not we'll get hit with darkness up to a chance of life hitting or missing. I guess I just have a lot of faith in Furion hitting his life spell at this point, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, he does have pretty good spirit, so not really shocking, but, you know. Alright, keep fishing for that MP increase that's probably never going to come. And death hamsters. And then this guy will be just hanging around. Maybe I'll use life one more time, actually. Because that'll have used 6, 12, 15 MP this battle for Furion, which is a sizable chunk. That's like 1/5 of his MP, so that might actually get us the boost we need. Maybe. We'll see. If not, we might at least get a magic boost out of it. I got none of the above. Okay, fine. Be that way, game. Sometimes the game is stingy with handing out boosts. I really only need the 1 MP boost for Furion for the rest of the game, and then he should be good, but sometimes the game's a little stingy with him. It's okay. We'll make it work. Got a curse level, though, so that's not bad. There's another preemptive strike. That's also good. Yeah, teleport the turtle. Why not? Whack the ogre mage upside the head. I was gonna say, are all of your spells level 6 now, Guy? But no, Thunder is not quite. And that's normal. Thunder usually ends up being the one that I have not get to level 6 quite as quickly, even if I have Scourge, because I end up using Scourge like a non-elemental spell, basically, for a little while, because most enemies are not weak nor resistant to it. And then I just use Fire and Blizzard because a lot of enemies are weak to it, and all of those end up being higher leveled, but not quite Thunder, so... It's all good, though. We'll make it work. Use Scourge on that guy, and then I probably should have Layla attack one of the other ones, but that's fine. Because Maria's not going to leave the other one alive, so it doesn't matter. There's Scourge Ga for you. Just throw poison puddles at them for 900 damage. Okay, Furion got magic defense and magic. Guy got agility. We got a Hellfire out of the Ogre Mage, so that's good. I'll use the cottage when we get out of the castle. How about that? Don't quite need it until then. Alright, you two, we got the pendant. I don't know if they'd say anything if I... Okay, they say something new now that we've got the pendant, so... Huh, interesting. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, you can't actually talk to them and ask them key terms or show them anything now that you have the pendant. But, if you go back to the Wyvern, different story. You don't even have to show them the pendant, actually, because apparently you just talk to them and there we go. Is there any way that you can help us from your perch? Oh, damn it, that's not good. So... What happened? So I heard that you and the Dragoons both fell to the same fate, basically. Ricard, huh? Oh, okay. We've actually got somebody looking for the ultimate magic as well, so maybe him and Minwu will meet up. Well, remember Ricard for later. We might run into that guy, because later on in the game, well, once we take care of our time here in Dist, Minwu might need help getting the ultimate magic, so we'll see what we can do. So... What could we do to help the Wyverns if you... I mean, is there a cure? I can't just use an antidote on you, can I? Oh, a Yoshi egg. A Wyvern egg, basically, but... Yeah, so this is the last Wyvern remaining alive. This is the last... Well, it's not alive yet, it's in an egg, but this is the last remaining Wyvern egg. And we need to take it to the hatchery in order to allow it to live, so... We can do that. So this is why we need to continue in Dist Cavern. At this point, you know, you could just say, okay, well, there's no Dragoons left, and the only Wyvern that's left is poisoned and about to die, so we can't do anything, might as well go home. But no, the Wyvern has made a request for you, so now we have to take the Wyvern egg to the spring. Because that's the last chance that the Wyverns will have as a species. Granted, there's only one, which means that one dies and the whole entirety of the Wyverns are dead, but at least we give them one last chance at life, you know? I will do so, not to worry. Okay, well, that's another one biting the dust today. Maybe not, because it didn't fade out, but, you know. I don't know, kid. I don't know about that one. That Wyvern is looking rough right now, but maybe I shouldn't say that to the kid. He needs to hold on to hope, otherwise, what will he have, you know? Alright, I'm going to use the cottage right now. We'll have a little bit of time before we actually get to the cavern, but we've got ethers, so I'm not really super concerned in terms of our inability to have enough MP. We'll have enough MP. Oh, I didn't talk about the Sage's Wisdom and Saint Spirits. Yeah, so these two items are actually kind of interesting. These ones break every time you use them. However, they're a little bit different because what they do is they increase your intelligence or your spirit to 99 for the rest of the battle. So if you have a low intelligence or low spirit character and you want them to have high intelligence or high spirit because the boss fight is particularly difficult, you can use these on them and they'll get maximum intelligence or maximum spirit to maximize the effectiveness of their spells. You could also, for example, use a Sage's Wisdom on Maria who has low intelligence and then have her cast Berserk on herself to, you know, give her 500 extra attack power if you so choose, but I'm not going to do that. That's a little absurd. That's a little atrocious. So I probably won't end up using those, honestly. They're really good items, but I feel like it's too easy to break the game if I do use them, so I probably won't. But, excuse me, we'll see. I don't know yet. Do I want barrier any higher? I don't think I do, honestly. I think I'll just teleport a guy out, honestly. And then, yeah, I might as well just Blizzard the other Lantern and get rid of this Ogre. And we'll go from there. But yeah, see, look, what I mean is if Firion got another MP boost, he'd be right up where Guy is in terms of MP, and I wouldn't have to, like, disjointedly throw ethers at them in different battles. I could just, you know, have them basically use everything at the same amount of MP use, but whatever, that's fine, you know. We'll make it work. We'll work with the stats that the game gives us. And we'll get agility while we're at it. Don't even have to block attacks to get agility. I mean, we'd get evasion out of blocking, but, you know. 46 with this stuff equipped now. And I'm not planning on taking off the gold hairpin or the thief's gloves for the rest of the game for Firion, so it doesn't matter if his agility is secretly 26 underneath that. His agility is 46 because the gold hairpin and the thief's gloves will remain on him for the rest of the game, so even if he has less agility underneath all that, it's fine. Maria, on the other hand, I do eventually want to take off the Thief's Gloves, so she technically has 46 agility. However, because of the snowball effect I was talking about before, the more agility that you have, the more it'll boost. It has a higher chance of boosting because you have more. So just the process of giving them the Thief's Gloves should make their agility boost up higher, faster than it would otherwise, so. Basically what I'm saying is pretty much everybody except for our fourth party member will have 99 agility, ideally, by the end of the game, or very close to 99 agility anyway. So, I'm going to actually do that and have Maria take care of that guy. Honestly, I could probably bring a couple of people to the front row if I really wanted to at this point, but I don't know if I want to, you know. So I'm going to just cast on Shadow. It feels kind of like a waste to do it to that guy, but you know, whatever. I'll do it. Why not? I'll just blanket cast like we were doing with the yellow jellies and stuff before, because Guy at the moment has the lowest agility, so he should go last. It's kind of wonky. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. It's, I think, more dependent on the weight of your equipment as well. Like, I think the weight of your equipment and your agility factor into the turn order, but either way, it doesn't matter. If Guy goes before Layla, it's not like she was going to get any weapon experience out of that battle anyway. That was a rank 1 battle because there was only rank 1 enemies available. I think there's one more chest on this floor. The way that we're going is in the bottom left corner, though, so we're going to go there first. Alright, so you hit that one, and then you blanket, and you do that. Or you could just kill the rest of them, that works too. Goodbye! This is what I get for leveling my spells as high as I did, though, because now I can just, like, drop a whole bunch of undead enemies without really having to worry too much about it. Did I miss the chest up there? No. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. If I missed it, I can find it later. As a matter of fact, I can find it right now. Let me look at the map real quick, because the map is available online. Final Fantasy 2 Dist Cavern map. There it is. Nope, just that one. Okay, perfect. Don't even gotta worry about it then. So, let's continue this way instead. So this is the lower section of the cavern, and it will lead us to... Another one? Alright, if that's what you want, I mean, that's fine. I'm game. I'm down for it. No, Layla first. Yeah, so this is the lower section of the Dist Cavern, so it will lead us down and around the lower floors, and eventually we will make it to all the treasure that we're looking for. I'm not even going to curse the front row guy. I'm going to try to curse the back row guy, because, like... The rest... Maria will be able to kill the front row guy in, like, 2 hits, so, like, come on now. Why even bother, you know? I might try to get the rest of the cavern done today. I think we should be able to get it done in the 3-hour mark, but if we go for a little bit of length, I'm not really super concerned. Oh, you hit Curse on that guy. Nice. I didn't think that you'd be able to make it through his magic defense, but I'll take it. So Curse will actually allow... It'll drop his attack and defense, so it'll make it a little easier for everybody to kind of break through the defenses and deal a surprising amount of damage to him. Even without... I mean, she's got Berserk, so that's why she did 400 damage there, but even without Berserk, with Curse on, it should be a little easier to hit through defenses this way. Like, take a look. Yeah. 500 damage with no problems whatsoever. And that wasn't even on her best hit, so... There's another magic boost for Firion. We keep getting magic instead of MP. Ah, Yellow Souls. So these guys are interesting, because these guys are the magic defense batteries of this cavern. Sometimes it's even worth coming back here for a little while just to let them attack you, because all they can do is cast Fire 5 on you. So I'm just gonna kind of sit here for a minute, if I'm honest. I'm just gonna kind of let Maria stand pat, and I'll let Layla kill these guys one at a time while they cast Fire 5 on me over and over again. They only have, like, I think 40 HP or something like that. Not very much, but it's exclusively the only spell they'll cast is Fire 5. So, and every time they cast it on you, you have a chance of gaining a percentage of magic defense, which increases your chance to get that left number up as well. So, it's worth trying to do it until you get up to, like, level 5 magic defense, because once you have 5 chances to dodge, I don't think you can get any more from these guys. But it's also good for your HP, honestly, as well. So, and we can get some weapon experience out of it, because I think these guys are, like, rank 3. So, I'll take that, you know. But it's very safe. It's pretty much free. There's no really concerns whatsoever. We might get HP and stamina out of it as well, so... I'd especially like to get some stamina on Maria, because I'd like her to actually have okay enough HP by the end of the game. Like, not the least amount of HP out of everybody in the party. That's the concern. I mean, it might still happen, but, you know, it's fine. If it happens, it's fine, but I'd like her to get some more, because at the moment, she's been falling behind Firion for a while because she hasn't gotten any stamina, because she has so much evasion that it's hard for her to get any HP. And that's fine. It's not like she needs the HP. The incidental upgrades that we're getting in HP will be enough for her to survive any hits that we take over the course of the game, but, you know, it'd be nice for her to get a little bit. Just a little bit. I think these guys have 20 MP, so if I remember correctly, this one should be out of MP now, and I think we should get weapon experience from this, at least on Layla. Got some stamina, HP, and stamina. Okay, well, the stamina boosts are nice. I wish that Firion didn't get one, because now Maria's still behind by 1 point, but it's fine, you know, whatever. It will work out for us. Did we get any magic defense out of that? It doesn't report if you get... Yeah, we got a big boost there, because look, 52% on Firion there. He must have gotten quite a few from just the random Fire 5 cast just there, because he was in the 40s, I think, a few minutes ago. 52 is way more than I thought he'd have, because usually Guy is the one that has the most. Then again, that might also be because he's got the extra, like the gold hairpin on. I think that, actually, that might be it. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, it was the gold hairpin. So the gold hairpin also has another incidental effect. It raises your defense, it raises your agility, and it raises your magic evasion. There you go. Or your magic defense. Very good. That'll help. We're casting Cure next battle, but that's okay. I think that staircase is the one you actually want to take when you get back here, but that's on the upper section of the map. We're not there yet, so we can't go there for now because we're stuck in this other section of the map. So we'll just go this way and see where we can end up. Oh, good, more yellow souls. I'll cast Cure just to heal the incidental damage from the previous fight. I don't know if you guys got weapon experience from them last time, so I might just leave you guys to stand pat for a minute. Kill one of them and then wait like a turn or two to kill the other one. Just let them cast on me. Just throw the fire right at me. Put it right in my face. Hurt me more, Snake! Alright, I think that should be enough. We'll just let them... Well, maybe we'll let them do one more. See, this is what I get for not hitting myself with this stuff. You could, theoretically, if you really wanted to, just cast a whole bunch of spells on yourself earlier in the game to get a similar effect to this, but I would rather just let the enemies do that to me. I don't like hitting myself in this game. It feels too easy, you know? So, well, Maria got some HP. She didn't get stamina, but I'll take the HP boost. That means she's closer to where Firion is anyway, so... If she can get more HP than Firion by the end of the game, I feel like I'd be happy with that, but we'll see. We'll see if it happens. I think this section of the cavern is somewhat linear. Like, I feel like there's only one or... There's not really a whole lot of, like, other ways you can go, you know, so... No, Ogre Chiefs, okay. I'll take these guys. They're ogres, so they're going to be hit by the Ogre Killer pretty hard. I can probably thunder down this one Ogre Mage with just the regular Thunder spell, so that'll let you get it to Thunder 6, which is Thundaga. Yeah, that will do. That'll do, Maria. 82 attack power, ain't nothing to sneeze at this point in the game. And there goes that one. I'll cast Barrier to practice, why not? Do that, Death Hamsters, and that. Probably won't get a chance to use the Death Hamsters because Layla will probably just annihilate this guy. Yeah. Oh no, never mind. I forgot. Ogre Chiefs have 300 HP. That's what it is. Yeah. I was thinking they still had as much HP as the other ogres, which the other ones have like 100 or 140. But no, these ones have a little more HP. So I'm gonna cast another Cure. We didn't top off there, so if I get it off, cool. If I don't, I don't. It's funny because now Firion's the one going first because he's got all that extra agility from the equipment. So that helps a little bit. There's another magic boost. 2 wing swords? Okay, sure. Fine. I mean, I've already got one I'm not using. What's 2 more? All right. They get a blind tome too out of that, so those will all sell for a pretty penny. Fair enough. Let's see. I forget if... No, I think if I remember correctly, down in that section there is actually... I think that's where you fall. There's like a bridge on the upper section of this cavern, and you can fall down it, because unlike the one long bridge that was in Summit Falls, that bridge is actually, like, not very stable. So you can fall down that one, and it will take you, I think, to this lower section here. It looks like a poison pool, but it's just grass that's overgrown in the cavern. Probably because you can see out of the cavern from there, so like the light's coming down and that allows you to see that stuff. I don't know. Anyway, let me just take a hot lava bath real quick while these guys are here. Of course, you know, the problem with this is that I was thinking maybe I could get the entire cavern done today. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here taking lava baths. Every time I fight these yellow souls, each battle takes like 3 or 4 minutes because I'm just taking fire 5s over and over again. So I don't know if that's the most effective thing I can do with my time, but hey, if we don't get the whole cavern done today, I'm fine with that, you know? Like, it's not like we have to get it done today. It's just, it would have been nice. Also, apologies if the sound effect is driving anyone nuts at this point, because I can imagine after having to hear like 5 or 6 or 8 times in a row, it would drive someone a little up the wall. So, seems like it's hitting through Layla's magic defense pretty good though, because she's taking like 20 damage from each one. Then again, Guy took some damage from that one too, so I don't know. Must be just our magic defense not quite keeping up with the enemy, but that's okay. Yeah, I think that one they got a block, or their magic defense helped block some of the extra hits on that one. So. Okay, that was actually only like a minute and a half, so it's probably fine. Alright, Furian's got level 7, Guy's got level 7, got some stamina out of it. Layla got some HP. I don't think Maria got anything out of that fight, did she? Well, her stamina didn't go up, and neither did her HP, so... That's a little iffy, but I'll take it. High potion, I think. A high potion or 4 is in order. And, you know, I'm going to go check this corner just to see. I don't think there's anything here, but... Yeah, so I think if I remember correctly, like I said, there's a bridge up top and on the other section of the cave. And if you try to go across it, it'll break, and you'll fall there. And end up down here. So that's another way you can get here if you want to. But, excuse me. It's fine. We'll just go this way, you know. Alright, we got Blizzard 5 coming at me now instead of Fire 5. I guess that's a little bit different. I think this one, don't teleport myself, I definitely die. I think that one casts Blink on itself. So we won't physical attack that one. We'll just... I'll teleport one in the back. You can deal with that one. We'll Thunder this one, and then you can attack that one. You know, thinking about it though, Furion will probably get some MP just incidentally from one of the random boss fights that we do in the game, because he's got all the buffs right now, right? Like, Guy's got one debuff that he can use, but... like, he can use Curse, but... Without having access to a buff at this point, Guy only has one turn to cast that stuff, so, like, Furion will be casting, you know, Blink and Shell and Barrier and all that other stuff. So he'll be able to get a little more MP because he's got more to do, you know. So, but we'll see if that happens. I don't know. 2,000 gil for that one. Maria got Agility, a Blind Tome. Layla got some HP. She's catching up. She's got almost as much HP as Maria now. That's not saying much, but hey, I'll take it, you know. Alright, and this is the last floor of the Disc Cavern. That's the life spring in there. It might look like poisonous goop, but apparently it's life-giving water. I'll take the Wyvern's word for it. But, yeah, so that's where we're going to go in just a minute. I think I might be able to get the rest of the cavern done, honestly. Like, I mean, if we run into any more yellow souls, maybe I'll just, I don't know, just kill them instead of letting them Fire 5 me a bunch. Oh, Thunder's at Thundaga level now. That's cool. Then I guess do a Curse and then get rid of that guy. We're doing pretty good on our Cure level as well. I'm pretty happy with the fact that it's not level 6 yet. A lot of people use Cure outside of battle in this game, and that just rockets up your spell level on Cure if you do it that way, because you really shouldn't heal with that, because what you're doing is you're just increasing the potential cost of the spell in battle. And I mean, that will help, it'll get you some MP, but I feel like that's too much to do, you know, so I feel like it might be better to just... If you're going to heal outside of a battle, it might be better to just buy some high potions. They're only 150 gil, so it's not going to, you know, cost you that much. So you may as well just do it that way instead. Because I've definitely, like, I've been that guy, honestly. Like, I've been, oh, nice, got some magic defense, Blink Tome. So where's everybody at here now? 54, 38, 5. So you're at level 5, so now the Fire 5s won't help us get any more magic defense for Guy. It'll help everybody else, but not Guy himself. Alright, cool. Yeah, I've been that guy where I've used Cure outside of battle as a method of curing myself, and I end up with, like, just an absolute excess of MP by the end of the game because of it. It's just way too much. So, I'll get rid of you guys. You there, and you there. I could Curse, but I'll do something else first. I think Scourge is probably at a good point for most of the game, honestly. There's a large majority of enemies that will not... I mean, 900 damage is nothing to scoff at, and that's at my current intelligence level, so, like, I think we should be fine there. Let me get rid of that one. So if we practice Thunder a little bit, I won't have as much of a chance to practice Thunder because there are not a ton of enemies in the game that are weak to it, so might as well use it as our quote-unquote non-elemental spell for right now. I don't think the Ogre Chiefs have any magic either, so they shouldn't do anything to you when they're just randomly chilling in the back row like that. So, cast Barrier, get that one, Death Hamsters, and get that one. Probably won't kill both of them, though, because the Ogre Killer is atrocious, but not that atrocious. The Wing Spear, rather, is not that atrocious. So. Maybe with a Curse, though. Yeah, I didn't think so. Womp! Oh, 9 damage. You gotta do better than that, big guy. Again, just fishing for MP for Furion, so maybe I'll cast Shell, and then just let everybody else kind of stand pat. And, well, Maria can kill him, but let her go to town. Yeah, almost 800 damage without Berserk. I'll take it. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Blink, Sleep, and Warp as well. Nice. Can you imagine having to do this in the original version of the game where you only have 48 inventory slots total, and each of those take up one of those inventory slots? You know how much treasure you'd be leaving behind in that version? Like, that's atrocious. Like, all this stuff will just get me way more money than I'll ever need, but, like, I would feel bad just leaving the stuff behind, you know? And I think if I remember right, the Pixel Remaster version keeps the inventory system from this game, even though it kind of annihilates the rest, because it's like, okay, well, we're putting the intelligence and spirit penalty back in the game, but... yeah, I think it keeps the inventory system from this game because it's like, yeah, no, that's too good to pass up. So, and to be fair, in that case, I agree with them. It is too good to pass up having infinite inventory. It's just one of those things that you just get used to from other games, and then all of a sudden, if you don't have it, it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess. Maria, did you miss some of your attacks? You didn't even kill that guy. I mean, it's fine. I can take care of it, but, you know. I expected better from you. Yeah, because I should be able to do... well, I don't know if we'll kill that guy with Curse on him, but... this should finish this guy off, though. Yeah. And then... yeah, not quite. That's okay. We'll just do that, and then we'll finish up. I think there's a monster in a box in this chest that's right next to me, actually, now that I think about it, so that's just great. Ah, another Ice Shield. That's pretty good, actually. That's, I think, another Ogre Chief drop. We can buy them from Mysidius, so it's not an incredible boon, but it's money that I don't have to spend, so I'll take it, you know? Give it to Layla, because why not? Oops. Hang on. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Whoops. So there's some Knight's Armor in this chest. It'll sell for a pretty penny, but yeah, no, it's pretty much, that's pretty much its only use, because it's really, really heavy, and it doesn't have stats on it. Monster in a box, though, so we'll have to deal with something to get it. 2 Adamantoises that we got a preemptive strike on. Sure, I'll take it. Why not? I wonder if we can break through its defense with Maria's Ogre Killer. Like, I mean, Blizzaga's gonna kill that one down there, but, like... I wonder if we can break through if we have enough attack at this point to just annihilate these turtles. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was 11 hits, which is way more than Maria has at this point, but... yeah, that'll do it. She's probably looking at doing, like, 150 damage, about on average, though. So, but yeah, at this point, Adamantoises, no problem. We can handle them. Yeah, so there you go. Closer to 180 something. We've got this one in the bag. Okay, there's our normal HP upgrades, the ones we get from fighting a certain number of battles. You guys are at level 7 now, right? Yeah, with your weapons, so... okay, so you're done with weapons for the rest of the game. Layla's at level 7 with her spear and shield. See, it didn't take her very long to get her all the way up to where everybody else is, so that'll help. Furion's spirit and agility are just so they're so nice to look at. Just look at how high those numbers are compared to everything else. Oh boy. I haven't been casting Protect lately either. I should probably... well, no, honestly, Protect and Berserk are probably in good spots for Maria for the rest of the game in terms of that. Like, we can use them in boss fights, obviously, and then they'll gain levels from being used in boss fights, but Yeah, Guy, I think you're the only one that really needs to work on getting your stuff up because your intelligence still leaves a little bit... It's not quite as high as I would expect of you, considering you're bilingual and all that stuff, you know? So, here's a flame bow here. It's the 3rd best bow in the game, so I guess that's better than the dark bow that you had as well, so you don't have to go get the ice bow, but that being said, if you have access to the ship, you have access to Mysidia, so you may as well go get the ice bow, you know? So, alright, we're out of here. Let's teleport. I could also use warp to get back to the surface, by the way, without using up a bunch of my HP in the process, but, it's fine. I don't really care that much, you know? Because I can just cottage when I get up here. So, what am I doing on water? Almost out, but that's okay. We'll go for a little length on today's episode. Although, if I'm going to go for a little length, it might be worth my time to get a map up. Let me do that real quick, hold on. Just so I know what I'm looking at and looking for in terms of items. Get it on my computer. East Cavern map. Okay. Gallery. This one. Full size image. Okay. I have a map. I know where I am going. I probably would have been able to figure it out, but it might take me like 5 less minutes to get through here. As a result of having the map right in front of me. So. I could get ambushed right away, though. That would be fine. Blind 4! Okay, it didn't happen. To be fair, at this point, we've got enough magic defense where even if he did blind for us, it might not have even worked, so... Hey, I'll take it. Yeah, no, we don't need to practice that. Just whack upside the head. And then I'm not even going to bother with practicing Curse. Let's just blanket cast. We're trying to get this place done, and you guys are throwing 8 enemies at me? Get up out of here. Excuse me. There's a very specific reason, by the way, why I'm trying to get this done. This cavern done today. It'll let us finish up this whole section. So basically, like, we finish the section with the Dreadnought, and then we'll be finished with this section of the game. And there's still a few to go, but we'll be able to start fresh, basically, next time. And that's really the reason. Well, there's another reason, but I'll explain that next time when we actually get back here. So, when will that be? Probably Sunday. We'll see. But I'll explain it when we get there. So. Still can't believe she's doing 400 damage. At this point in the game, physical hits doing 400 damage to a Hillgigas is, like, unheard of. I mean, granted, I went to Mysidia, so I knew what I was signing up for, but still. It's still just nuts to see. And again, she's almost one-shotting the guy, and it's because 82 attack power is nothing to sneeze at, I'll be fair. And that guy gives plenty of experience. He's, like, rank 4, so... He'll definitely help us, but I'm gonna need probably a little more than that to get my weapon levels up from here. Well, I'll worry about Maria's weapon levels later. She's in pretty good shape, all things considered. So that's where the pendant was, is right in that little section there. So now we're gonna go kind of up and down and all around in this on this floor, and we'll be good to go. Preemptive strike is nice. I'll take that. Just blanket cast fire so we can go home faster. Get rid of the ghoul immediately, so no surprise blind 4s. I won't be able to do that quite as much eventually, by the way, because eventually all of these undead enemies will have spells in their repertoire, so I won't be able to just... Okay, well, let me just kill you. I'll have to start using, like... I'll be blanket casting fire, probably, but, like... I'll have to start using a little more tact than what I'm currently using, so... Some mithril armor here. I don't know why you'd need that. If you grab the knight's armor, you probably don't need the mithril armor. So there you go, but hey, it is what it is, right? 2 ghouls, so you two just physically attack that one if you even get the chance, and then we'll go from there. See, normally I wouldn't want my white magic caster. If you remember my Final Fantasy Legend 2 playthrough, I'd normally want them to go last in battle, because then I could just, you know, use a healing spell at the end of each round to offset any of the damage that we took in the round. The difference with Final Fantasy 2 and Final Fantasy Legend 2, because they share a lot of DNA, is that in Final Fantasy 2, there's not as much damage going out on every single individual turn as there is in Final Fantasy Legend 2. So you don't need to heal as much, especially if you raise your evasion as high as I have, so then you don't have to worry about that quite as much either. So because of the fact that there isn't as much damage going out each turn, it almost makes it a little easier to just kind of relax with your white mage and let them be faster, you know what I mean? You don't have to heal every turn, so you don't have to be like, okay, I have to make you as slow as possible. That being said, if you want to make the healer as slow as possible, you can still do that. You can just give your white mage a whole bunch of heavy armor and stick them in the back row. Again, the weight of your equipment determines the turn order, so if you have them just outfitted with a really high amount of heavy equipment, they'll go last, because the weight of their armor will weigh them down and prevent them from getting a turn quickly. That being said, being in the back row, it won't matter because they won't be at risk of undead enemies that ignore their defense, just wailing them and just getting a huge chunk of damage on them in any given case. So, here's the bridge. Don't go across that one because it's kind of gross looking in the middle. It's kind of dilapidated. So if you go across it, you will regret it. You'll end up back in the other section of the map and you'll have to warp your way back up. I love how I'm just getting into battles with these Hillgigases at this point. I just don't even care. Like, it's just like, okay, sure, why not? Another Hillgigas ×2 battle. Like, these battles are the bane of most Final Fantasy II players' existence at this point, because their curse levels aren't that high, their spell levels aren't that high, they gotta use a ton of ethers normally. I'm just like, okay, Berserk, okay, Ogre Killer, goodbye. I've got enough evasion at this point on Layla and Maria that I don't even have to worry about the two of them either, so that's kind of nice. Just let them go to town, you know? Yeah, try to get Curse up again. Oh, and actually, hang on. I'll show you the Target All version of Curse as well, because if you thought Death Hamsters was funny before, wait till you see the Death Hamster army that happens when you get a Target All Curse going. Watch this. They're everywhere! I didn't even care that it missed. I just wanted to show the attack, honestly. Oh, man. I feel like most people wouldn't be this nonchalant about Final Fantasy II, though. Like, a lot of people, they'll go through this dungeon and it's like, it hurts them because it's hurting their characters, because their characters have lots of defense instead of evasion, and they're just getting smashed to pieces. But I'm just like, okay, well, whatever. I'll just use random shit and I'll be fine, you know? Ah, Revenants. These guys are an upgrade over the Ghasts and the Ghouls. I think they even have some other nasty attacks they can use on you. So these ones I actually do want to be a little careful of. I think they've got 240 HP though, so we should be able to get rid of most of them without too much trouble. Probably wouldn't be able to get rid of them with a level 6 fire spell if I blanket cast it, but hey, you know, works okay. Yeah, we're gonna go overtime today. That's okay. We are already running up against it, and I need to warp after I get this next chest, but that's okay. It'll be fine. We go for a little length. We went for a little length on the Portal 2 stream as well, so I'm okay with that. Here's a Mithril Mirror. This is a reason why you might not want to get the Wall spell. I'm not particularly a fan of Wall anyway, but the Mithril Mirror will cast Wall 16 for you, so it'll give you a high chance of blocking any one individual magic spell that you choose if you use it. I think it has a decent chance to break, though, on use, so I wouldn't use it very much if I were you. But yeah, so if you use Warp, you'll go back to the last staircase that you used on the previous floor. So that'll take us right back to the staircase in the middle of the room, and we can just run into 2 Hillgigases again, because that's just my life now. Okay, fine. Be that way. I'll do it. I've got Curse to level 4 at this point, and Berserk on Layla's level 3, so I'll take it. We'll get rid of him. Yeah, getting Curse's level up should help Guy a little bit, because the higher the level it is, it'll give him a chance to boost intelligence, 1. And 2, on top of that, it'll be more effective in boss fights because then he can use it as a debuff for actual boss fights that we're going to be fighting coming up, and well, then it should be fairly effective. I must not have gotten much on that Berserk. Or maybe this guy's just tanking my hits and not caring. Maybe I'll just get a bunch out of the other guy. That's okay. Alright, I think you two have done enough. Let's just let the ladies smash through their defenses now. There we go. No, I just must not have gotten enough off of that Berserk. I must have only gotten like 1 level. You can kind of tell with Berserk when you don't get a ton of levels out of it, because like, you'll go to hit them and you'll be like, hey, wait a minute, that's not nearly as much as I was hoping for. And yeah, you're right, because you probably only got 1 Berserk. Oh, Maria got weapon experience somewhere in there, and so did Layla. Okay, cool. Might have been from the 2 Helgigases, honestly. I wouldn't be shocked. So there's a chest down here. Gonna go grab this. This might also be a monster in a box now that I think about it, but this one is special down here. This one is a little bit different than the other monsters in the box. Okay, barrier's level 5. I'm just gonna teleport one of these out. I don't care. Like, I just... You've hit me with the Helgigas ×2 so many times at this point that I'm just desensitized to it, you know? I'm just gonna get rid of one of them. Don't care enough. I was gonna say, I probably just about killed that one by itself just with the 2 attacks without even putting Curse on him. So... We'll wait for, I think Furion and Guy are almost due for an HP upgrade here soon as well. But I won't have to cure if they get it. Okay, I was gonna say if they get it right now, because if I remember correctly, this monster in a box, like I said, is a little bit special, so... We'll talk about why in a second, once I see what we're up to here. Okay, so there's a Mage's Staff in this chest. It's another staff, so it's like Minwu's staves. It's not a mace, so it doesn't have a huge intelligence or spirit penalty. It'll cast Thunder 5 if you use it as an item, but it's like it's worse than a Thunder Tome. So if you want Thunder on an item, I'd just buy Thunder Tomes. It's much less expensive. But it's a monster in a box. That being said, it's a special monster in a box. There are green souls in this fight, so yellow souls cast Fire 5 on me. So take a guess at what the green souls are going to cast on me. If your guess was Scourge, that's a good guess. However, for some reason, they cast Cure on you, so this box is actually beneficial. They won't cast it on the correct person most of the time, but, you know, that's fine, I guess. Yeah, you'd think they'd be casting Scourge on me, but they actually cast Cure on you, so... And the thing about Cure is that it actually, when an enemy casts it on you, I don't think this happens when you cast it on you, but when an enemy casts Cure on you, it actually raises your magic defense score because an enemy is casting it on you. So it's kind of a weird quirk, if I'm honest. But yeah, whatever. That's fine. It'd be nice if they blanket cast it on me, though. There's the HP bonus now that I don't need it, but, you know, it's fine. All right, staircase over there is our destination. I don't think this is an invisible wall. Nope. Okay. Not a ton of invisible walls in this section of the game. We'll find more of them in a little while, but... Uh-oh, ambushed. If I'm honest, it almost feels like certain fights with undead enemies are just like guaranteed ambushes sometimes. But whatever, it's fine, you know. We'll make it work. Blanket cast fire, because these guys ain't shit. And what have I got left here? Let me see. Scrolling down. So we gotta walk all the way around the basement third floor. We got a small jaunt on the basement 4th floor near the life spring, and then we have to pick a door. I love Pick a Door. Final Fantasy II's favorite game with some of these dungeons. It's a good thing I know which door is which in most cases at this point. Oh. Alright, now if both of you go before Guy gets his turn, you're going to gimp your own damage, but I mean, it's fine. Not a big deal. I might Ether, actually, next turn, honestly. I probably should have had Layla use Berserk, actually. Especially if Guy's going to miss his curse. That's not good. But that's fine. We'll make it work. Just keep attacking, and then Ether yourself, and then you cast Berserk on yourself. 44 only. Okay, well, It's not much, but it's honest, I guess. I'll take it. And 51 out of that one. Okay. Sure, why not, I guess. I'm not going to use any spells. At that point, we've already, you know... We've already given ourselves ethers, so we've net gained MP, so we're not going to have a chance to gain MP in this fight. Spirit's nice, though. Extra strength for Maria. The more strength she gets, the less that she has to get from her equipment as well. And that 71%, like, you start getting up into the 70s and 80s on your accuracy, and that's nothing to sneeze at. That'll make a big difference, so... She'll be hitting gangbusters pretty soon. Like, she'll be hitting more often than not. I mean, she already is, but... Yeah, so see that little section of the bridge that's directly above me, the little section that looks like it's halfway to breaking? If you walk over that, it will break, and then you'll fall down, so... Don't fall down, just keep walking, it's fine. We'll keep on walking instead. Curse again, berserk yourself. We'll go from there. Gonna have to get used to my boss killing tactics pretty soon though, because first of all, there's a boss at the end of this place, and second of all, I've got the buffs and debuffs that I need for most boss fights now. I'm missing a couple of them, but it will be useful for me to actually, you know, I might as well cast Shell while I'm thinking about it, just for the hell of it. Since Guy got to cast something, you might as well cast something too. And Layla's got Berserk level 4. That should be good for her, honestly. I think I don't need to... This bridge, by the way, is fine. You won't fall for this one, because if you fell there, there'd be no way to get to the bottom of the cavern where the light spring is, so... Because this is the only way down. Oh, good, being ambushed by yellow souls after I said I didn't want to. Alright, I don't need the map anymore. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Because it's a linear pathway from now on. So there we go. Oh yeah, and that ice shield is coming in handy for Layla there because she's actually resistant to fire, so she'll automatically take half damage from it. I think if I remember correctly, the way that damage spells work is if you're resistant like that, you'll automatically take the least amount of damage from it possible. So, like it'll be slightly, there'll be slight variations, but like it won't be variations to the point where it's problematic, you know, like it won't be variations where it's like, oh, I could take 10 damage or I could take 35. No, it's just, you just take normal damage. So. I wish I could have Firion and Guy do something about these guys at the moment, but since they're in the back row so they don't get whomped by Hellgigases, they have to kind of stand pat because these yellow souls are similar to the red souls. They're only non-elemental magic works on them in terms of damaging them or getting them to kill. So, like, I can't teleport these guys out. They'll just absorb the matter element of the spell. So instead, I just have to take them out the old-fashioned way and get a bunch of magic defense out of it. Speaking of which, let's take a look. Okay, you're at 5 now, you're at 5 now, and you're at 5 now. Alright, cool. So, now the Fire 5s are probably no longer worth it because they won't actually get me any boosts, I don't think. I think that's how it works. Like, once you get to the level of the spell, you won't get any benefit out of it, if I remember correctly, so... Alright, let's just, actually, just curse the guy in the back because I was gonna berserk herself here. Because there's 2 of them, and we're at 3 hours and 6 minutes with 2 floors left to go, so I'd like to I'd like to get done. It's not that I don't enjoy playing this game, it's just that we're going overtime and it's getting kind of warm in this room, so I'd like to get this over with if I can. Alright, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna cast teleport. Yeah, try to curse that guy just for the hell of it, and then we'll just go from there. Oh wow, guy got his turn first there, that's surprising. There might be some, like, random variations, honestly, in terms of the turn order. I wouldn't be shocked. Oh, and you miss a teleport right when I don't need you to miss it? That's great. I love that. It's that old adage, though, isn't it? It's when you're in a hurry, that's when everything bad happens. I shouldn't be in a hurry. I should take my time. Because otherwise, I'm just going to end up regretting things. Okay, we finally have Curaga. Maria got an evasion boost. Here's some Giant's Gloves. Similar effect to the Giant's Helm. It gives you 10 extra strength, but in this particular case, not even worth it, because I'd get the extra strength out of it, but I'd have to take the Thief's Gloves off, so I'd get less agility, and that is by far the better of the two stats to get, so I would say keep those instead. You're getting some weapon experience from somewhere, though, so I guess I'll take that. That's fine. But yeah, so effectively at the moment, Maria has the same amount of agility as Firion does, because she's going to take the Thief's Gloves off once we are done. Once we get her other piece of armor that we can stick there, which we won't get for a little while, but that's okay. We don't need it that badly just yet, so... so we can use Curaga now, but I'll use Life on these guys, why not? I don't even know if I'll get a chance to use it, honestly. Well, alright, first come, first serve. Whoever gets it wins. Do I have enough MP? I might use an Ether on the next floor just to ensure. No, I should have enough MP to get through the fight. So, there's a boss fight at the Life Spring, unfortunately. But that's okay. Here's an Acid Vial. That casts Scourge, if I remember correctly. I think it's Scourge 16 as well, so it's a pretty powerful Scourge spell, but again, when you're using items, they don't take advantage of your spirit or your intelligence, so you just kind of get whatever you get in terms of damage. It's probably not a huge amount of damage, all things considered, so... Alright, well we know two of them are dead. Nice and easy, just like that. And this one's hanging on death's door again, because he's got like 4 HP left, but just send him back to the grave. Evidently he was not brave, because he did in fact fear the grave. Alright, so here's your 4-door choices here. It's not when in doubt go left this time, it's this one. I don't really have a special way of telling you that, but there you go, it's that one. I think if you go back, yeah, you can just walk right back out the door if you wanted to, like, leave, but... Well, I don't want to leave right now, because ahead of me is 2 Adamantoises, 2 Stalactites, and then a monstrosity of a monster that we'll talk about in just a moment. Don't want to cure here? Not really, honestly. I think I just teleport. Get rid of you. I could Blizzard this guy instead of Scourging. I'm going to do that. And just think, I could have used Teleport on the Adamantoise we fought in the Snow Cavern as well and had similar results, but... I said, nah, they're not regular enemies yet. Let's make this interesting, shall we? I probably wouldn't have actually hit my Teleport back then, though, because I think it was only like level 3 or 4, so it wasn't, like, particularly effective. Maybe a Scourge will go off. Yeah, Maria's gonna hit him first. That's right. Getting quite a lot of money from this area, though, I'll tell you what. Yeah, we're already up at about 50,000 gil at the moment, so that's, if you were concerned about the amount of money that we had or didn't have, I wouldn't be anymore. We're quite fine. Just trust me on that one. Alright, I'm gonna use a couple of Ethers, even though they won't heal from much outside of battle, but that's fine. Just so we have a little bit of extra MP to work with. High potions? Yeah, I'll throw 3 high potions as well, because I've got money to burn at this point, so... Okay, so let's save real quick, and then we will go to town on this, well, if you don't know what this is, it's a lion, but it has a couple of other pieces in there. I can see a snake and a goat going on, too, so... You know what that means? It's a chimera, and it wants the wyvern egg. Well, you can't have the wyvern egg. Oh, wow, you had a few friends, huh? So you gotta fight some chimeras down here. I think 4 is the maximum that you can fight, actually, so this is, it'll be fine, you know, no big deal. Alright, so let's get Protect going. I don't think I'm gonna get Protect on Leela. I'll just get Berserk going, and then we should be good. I think these guys are resistant to most elemental magic, so I'll just try to get Curse on like 1 or 2 of them, get Berserk going, and then we should be okay. I think they're considered magic beasts, though, so Berserk with the Demon Spear should do pretty damn good damage. We shall find out. I don't think they're resistant to Scourge, these Chimeras, though, now that I think about it, so I should be able to cast that on them if I'm not, like, if I don't know what else to cast, you know. They can cast Blaze 7 on you, though, which is powerful, but, I mean, it'll hit for 60 damage, but it's fine. We should be able to handle that at this point. We'll get probably a couple of HP boosts out of this battle, but no big deal, you know. We'll be good. Alright, get Berserk on yourself, and then I'm going to try casting Scourge, actually, on this one, and then Layla can attack that one. And between the two of them, they should be able to knock that one out. And then when Maria gets on the scene with a level 5 Berserk, I'd hate to be these Chimeras. So, let's see if Scourge works. That's a resistant hit, but it's fine. We got rid of them. They've got like 700 HP, so not too bad. We should be able to handle this. Alright, we'll teleport one of them out. Maria, you can handle that one by yourself, and then the two of you can just... I guess I'll use Thunder and a Berserk hit, and we should be okay. Goodbye. I'll see you in wherever you're going. Okay, she didn't quite handle that one, but that's because she didn't get all the hits on her Berserk. That's okay. That'll happen, because, like, sometimes with her intelligence being as low as it is, sometimes she just won't hit with Berserks, so it won't be quite as effective as it could be. Like, we might see gigantic damage at certain points, but we also might not, depending on whether or not she hits with as many Berserk levels as possible. So, Spirit boost, a stamina boost, that's nice. Guy got some more MP, Layla got agility. So do you have the same stamina as Furion now, Maria? Yes, you do. Perfect. So now you and him will be keeping up with each other. So if you get extra HP from just random hits, it'll work out. Now, before you leave, don't forget, you're down here for a reason. You have to put the Wyvern Egg down here. Don't make an extra trip. Just stick the Wyvern Egg in the spring. Not speaking from experience, of course, but make sure you stick it in the spring before you leave, or else you'll have to walk all the way back down here. Not a whole lot of fun. So, but now that it's in the spring, you're done. You can leave. So we'll just teleport out, and then we'll be good. Teleport's almost level 7. Oh my god, I need to get you, like, holy or something, Furion, because Jesus Christ. Oops. Alright, cottage up. We'll go back to Dist. We'll see if the Wyvern is still alive so we can tell it that we took care of business. I'm sure it'll be happy to know that before passing into the afterlife, but knowing this game, it's iffy on whether or not it's even still alive, so. And then we'll go back to Altair. We've got everything done, so we might as well. I might as well try. No, you know what? I won't, because I can just do this and Scourge. And then do this. Ooh, gonna have to stretch the back out. Getting a little cramp from sitting here for 3 hours and 15 minutes. It's all good, though. I'll be fine. Alright, then just do that. Very good. How much MP you got now, guys? That was a level 6 spell, so you've got 114. That's not bad at all. That should take us a pretty solid chunk of the game before you get another MP boost, but, you know, we'll see. Alright, Castle Dist. Let's see what they say about this. How's the Wyvern, kid? Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, like I said. We did, yes. Let's hope so. Yeah, sorry for everything that happened, but hopefully this will give you a little bit of hope to hang on to. But yeah, if you go in here, the Wyvern has at this point faded away, so not really going to help us, unfortunately, anymore. But the last Wyvern Egg is in the spring, so at the very least we know their kind will eventually live on, if only in one case, because there's only one Wyvern, but at least we know that they'll have a chance, you know what I mean? So, alright, what's the fastest way back to Altair from here? I mean, probably just sail back up towards the Isthmus and just end up there, because I could go to Bofsk and then go, like, all the way around, or I could go to Kashuan and take the Chocobo, but then my ship is all the way on the other side of the world with no way to get it back, so I think it's probably better to just sail back, you know? So we're going to sail back, and then we'll go deliver the good news to Gordon and Hilda, and we'll let them know that everything is good to go. Guy is over 700 HP at this point. That's absurd. Absolutely absurd. Way more than I thought he was going to have. Yeah, just use Thunder. There we are! 4-digit damage! Finally, we've done over 1,000 damage to something. Jesus Christ, Maria, that's before you even get your strength up. It's nuts. Now to just think what's going to happen when we get her to level 10 on her axe levels. Like, oh my god. It's going to hit like a freight train. I tell you what. Alright, so we can leave this behind. We've finished it up. And probably after this fight or the next fight, Arian and Guy will be due for an HP upgrade. Layla's coming to her own just in the process of us getting here. She's got as much HP as Gordon did just about when he left the party. She's got a solid weapon level. She's got Berserk at a good level. I haven't used Thunder at all on her, but I guess I could use it just to get it to Thundara level, like Thunder level 5, which is still Thundara. Yeah, just sail up the coast here until you hit the section. This isn't it, right? No. So yeah, just keep sailing up the coast here until you get to the section where it keeps veering to the left like this, and then just go around it, because you're getting to that little isthmus, that little canal that connects the sea to the rest of the ocean. And probably a couple more encounters and we will be back where we belong. Alright, I'm blanket casting teleport at this point because I don't have time for 6 Buccaneers. So I don't know if this is going to work very well because there's 5 of them and only 6 levels of teleport, but never mind, goodbye. Oh man, 3,000 gil for easy as pie battle. Oh my lord, man. Teleport is atrocious in this version of the game, let me tell you what. 55% accuracy on an instant death spell is unfair. It's absolutely unfair. These enemies don't deserve that. Oh my lord. Did you guys get your HP upgrade? Yeah, you did. Okay. So I'm gonna probably heal when we get back to... Well, you know, I guess I could just use the inn when we get back to town, because at that point I'm already in town, you know, so... Alright, we're back. Might get into a little encounter, but no, we did not. Cool. Okay, let's take a rest at the inn. We've scored some important victories today in our fight with the rebels. We have destroyed the Dreadnought, and despite the fact that we did not receive the aid of the Dragoons and the Wyverns, we found out what happened to them, so we know for ourselves to watch the water supply, because the Empire might decide to poison it later. And at one point, if we need it, the last Wyvern will fly for the rebels. So that means that it'll all be smiles and sunshine when we head back inside the war room and tell Gordon and Hilda the good news, right? Well, rhetorical question aside, you'll be able to find out on the next episode of Final Fantasy II, the Stream Edition, which will be happening most likely this coming Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I will post the schedule up on Twitch, YouTube, and Discord at around my usual time on Saturday, about 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so that way everybody knows. But most likely Sunday will be the day that we will return, so we can give them the good news and then go from there. In the meantime, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream, and I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will most likely be on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care, and have a good one. Man, we get out of a musty old cave and a smoggy Dreadnought, and all I end up with here is there's still ash falling from the sky from the Dreadnought's attack. I can't win with these weather patterns in this game today, can I?